Yo, what is going on, everybody? I almost forgot what day it was. Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. What's going on, everybody? I honestly did not expect to stream today, but that's why I always say there's like a small percent chance we were originally not going to be streaming today. What's up, everybody? I got a haircut today. I'm looking real suave right now. Make my forehead look extra big. I got a gigantic forehead. What's going on, everybody? What's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it? All right, I gotta turn my music off. I doubt you could hear it, but just in case. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? Mason's the goat? Yeah, I mean Mason is pretty goated. Richard, what's up? How you doing, man? How you doing, Fast? What's going on? What is going on? Hope you guys are all doing well. We are going to have a fun stream today, ripping some drafts. We're obviously I got that Joe Burrow haircut. Yeah. That Joe Shiesty hair. I honestly, when it gets so hot in the summer, I do just like to cut it off. I do like my hair longer than this, but my hair grows pretty quickly, so I'd be getting a haircut like once every 3 weeks, and it's just, you know, I'd rather just go shorter, not have to wait. What's up, Damien? How you doing? Hello. What is good? What is good? All right, the first draft we're going to do is on underdog. I think we're going to do 2 underdog drafts, then 1 sleeper draft, and then get on out of here. You have subscribers only on? Yeah, I've been trying that. It gains you significantly more subscribers. Now, if I turned it off, I would still get subscribers, so it's kind of iffy on if I should leave it on or not, but based on doing it, I tend to get more subscribers if I have that on, which is ultimately the goal of this. Yeah. Now, again, it's not by like a gigantic margin, but if someone's new here and they're reading, the chat and I'm talking to the chat, maybe they want to join in the chat, so they subscribe. That has to be the only reason why that happens. All right, let's make sure that everything's all good here on the stream. How are you doing? How are you doing? Diggs signs a 1-year deal with Washington. What do you think? Now, I was always pretty in favor of drafting Diggs. Like, we've talked about Diggs a bunch. Now, is Diggs now a top 8 round fucking must draft? If you don't draft him, you're an idiot type of deal? No, right? He's not a must draft candidate. He's not a guy that I'm instantly throwing in as like a top 5 wide receiver, but he is a guy that should be drafted inside of the top 10-ish rounds of your fantasy draft. He has the upside to any given week score 20 plus fantasy points. He's attached to an offense with a quarterback that we believe in, but he is obviously behind Terry McLaurin, and he just signed there a month out from the season. We saw Diggs start slow with New England. Now, I think he's probably going to be a slower starter. So, like, week 1, am I going out there and firing up Diggs in my home league? No. I would not start him week 1, but I do think that he will have some value. He will be a valuable player. What's up, Slick Rick? Nick, wherein you're in the range of Smitty/Zay/Higgins, Lad, Egbuka, how do you rank those guys? I got it Higgins, Egbuka, Lad, Smitty, Zay. I'm going to be honest with you. I get following the money with Zay Flowers. He got paid the big bucks. I get wanting Smitty because A.J. Brown is gone. But I'm going to be honest. I don't really see the gigantic upside out of Zay Flowers due to his build. I just don't prophesize seeing him score a gazillion touchdowns. And when it comes to Smitty, like, we always draft A.J. Brown super early, right? And then A.J. Brown was a bust in Philadelphia. He wasn't super reliable. So I'm hesitant to really bang the drum super heavy for Smitty. But, maybe Smitty's 9,000 times better than A.J. Brown ever was. Lemon is, a lemon, and everything works out for Smitty. It is possible. So, again, I'm not saying fade Smitty or Zay Flowers, but they're just not as much on my radar, if you get what I'm saying. What's up, Slick Rick? Yes, we will be doing a sleeper mock. We're going to do an underdog draft first, probably 2 of them, because I need to do more of these. I'm not going to be able to stream every day of the summer. I mean, we've streamed like a million days in a row at this point. Alrighty. If you guys are new to Underdog, sign up using my promo code Notorious. You get a gimme pick, plus you play $5, you get $50 in bonus entries. Also, you receive my draft guide to your email the day after you sign up. I get your emails the next morning. So if you, deposit now using promo code Notorious, you play that money, then boom, I will send you your draft guide in the morning. And the draft guide's available over on Patreon, $12.50 a month. It's very good. I'm not saying it's the best draft guide out there because it doesn't have like some overlay like some of these do, but it's a great sheet to take to your draft. That'll be very helpful. So the rankings are the best, of course, but it's only $12. Okay. We are going to rip the pitball here because I think this has like one of the best advancing structures. $20 entry, 2 out of 12, then 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5, then 156 seat final, $20 to enter, $100,000 Rooskies to first place. And hopefully it's us winning first place. Longer Gibbs hold out, the harder it really is to know if he can handle the workload. I'm not worried at all about that. But I do agree that if he's still holding out late August, then I would worry, I guess. Like if he holds out till next week, it's fine with me. Higgins is one of the most underrated players in fantasy family leagues. He always falls. I agree with you. Higgins over Ladd, yes. I do think Ladd has a little bit more upside. Egbuka and Ladd are clear top 2 from that group. I agree with you. I really like Egbuka this year. I think Egbuka is my highest drafted player on Underdog. I have 30% Egbuka. So obviously if Egbuka shits the bed, then we're gonna be eating ice for dinner or like eating ramen for the next month. So hopefully Egbuka pays in full. Odds to stream a bit of Dota 2, 0. Even though that would be fun. I don't think my computer could handle streaming Dota, even if I wanted to. Smitty's not built to be a true wide receiver 1. I agree. What up, gang? How you doing? Fuck. Where are you drafting from? I don't know yet. Well, I'm drafting technically from New Jersey, but I'm drafting from the 7 hole. Look who's in here. That would be Nick from Fantasy Football Advice. I'm like 99% sure, right? That's N Zylak. I mean, that's his last name. His first name's Nick. Sammy Stacks is in here too. I mean, what the fuck? That's crazy. Goddard, number 1. Goddard is, I think, my highest owned player. Let me show you guys the sheet real quick of like my highest owned players. How do I pull that up? Fantasy.vip. VIP. Best ball portfolio tracker. Here we go. Goddard is the guy that I have the most money invested into this season. Then Dylan Sampson, then Jalen Naylor, Jordan Mason, Josh Downs. I mean, is that the best guys to be the most invested in? I don't know, but Christian Watson, DJ Moore, Rashi Rice, Bajal Tootin, T. Higgins, Egbuka. See, like when I say what I do, I actually do it. I'm not lying to you guys. Like when I say, oh, you need to draft Egbuka, I'm doing it. Okay? Call me a lot of things, but you can't call me a liar, I love doing double RB if I'm picking 11 or 12. I agree with you. We're picking at the 7 hole. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. But I have Egbuka as my wide receiver 13. That's fair. That's very fair. On the rare occasion Devontae Smith gets a lot of targets in a game, he produced well. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. I agree. I'm looking forward to see what he can do as well. I'm just not as high on him as some other people are, which technically makes him a fade, even if I don't think he's like some garbage, useless player. Battle of the Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, my boy? Who do you guys your number 1 overall? What's up, Wells? How you doing, man? Gibbs or Bijan? Look, if I was doing 100 drafts at number 1 overall, I would take Bijan 51% of the time, Gibbs 49% of the time, right? I don't think by a wide margin it's clearly Bijan, but gun to the head, I'm number 1 overall. I'm picking Bijan. I just feel a little bit better about his reliability. If you look at last year, that's just the case, but that doesn't mean that Gibbs is by any mean a bad pick. So that's just kind of my take on things. I prefer Bijan, but it's not by a crazy margin. Bijan, Gibbs, or Kyle Pitts? The 1-1 Pitts, of course. Sutton or Waddle, and why? Waddle, obviously, will be the wide receiver 1 there. Sutton was the wide receiver 1 because they didn't have anyone there. Like, sure, he beat out Jerry Jeudy, but as we've seen by the Browns, they don't even believe in Jerry Jeudy. So I think that Waddle's clearly the wide receiver 1. You follow the money investment. You follow the trade. Waddle, 100%. You excited for Carson Beck versus Pickett tomorrow? Of course. I mean, I would watch anything at this point for football. Smash that like button. Yes, sir. Like, subscribe, and join the Notorious Discord. Yeah, make sure you guys are all in the Discord. The Discord's popping. There's leagues in there that you guys can join. Free, paid leagues. Zach used the whole clock to pick CMC. If I had to guess, some people do auto these things, even though I would never spend $20 on something and auto draft it. Some people do that. I'm not saying that he's doing that, but some people do that. Okay, we're back up to pick. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derrick Henry still available, A.J. Brown, Drake London, the Houston Texans defense. We have not really started RB off Jump Street a bunch. So, I mean, receiver off Jump Street. I apologize. So we will go Drake London and Amon-Ra. If you wanted to go Derrick Henry right there, that's fine. Again, I just try to do different things in every single draft, and I think that's a pretty good idea to do if you're doing these underdog drafts. Obviously, if you're in one home league, you could take A.J. Brown there. That's fine. But okay, I'm going to put the chat back on the screen. I remembered. The bottom right is for sleeper. Egbuka over Devonta, and it's not even close for me. I agree with you. Thanks, homie. No problem. 334 people in the Discord. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. I hate London, but I understand it. I mean, London last year, I touted London heavily, and I told you guys he was going to win you your fantasy leagues, and obviously it didn't end up working because he got hurt. What's up, Sammy? How you doing, man? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing tonight, man? I'm doing fucking fantastic. Why go London over Brown? Why go London over Brown? I prefer London slightly over A.J. Brown. I just am a bigger believer in London's talent, but, you know, it is what it is. I do think A.J. Brown's very good, and I think A.J. Brown will be very good on the Patriots. I've been an A.J. Brown hater for years on the Eagles. I told you guys for years never to draft him. It worked, but I'm back on the train now. You think JT will score 18 touchdowns again? If I had to guess, no, but it is possible. You got the CD JJ start. I like that. I want a Mon-Ra Drake London, the discount version of what you've got cooking. Olave over London. You got Olave over London. That's real spicy. That's a real spicy take. We're not going to go running back here. I have so much T. Higgins, 16% Higgins. Let's get some more Lad McConkey. Let's get some more Lad in homage to Sammy, who has to draft with the Lad. I like London, but I prefer A.J. Brown, Rice, Neighbors, and Pickens. That's all fair. That's all fair. Where would you draft Neighbors? To me, the earliest I'm willing to draft Neighbors is like around here, pick 21. Around where I'd feel the most comfortable would be at the 2-3 turn. I mean, every time whoever picks at 1 overall, when they start Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan, Malik Neighbors, Rashee Rice, I mean, I just think that's a certified smash. I don't know if you guys watched all those videos about Rashee Rice being fat and being slow and not being able to run routes. Well, I saw a bunch of clips today of him running slants perfectly fine, just destroying the DB, having like 4 yards of separation and scoring. So I'm not worried about Rashee Rice at all. How you feeling about BTJ? I feel like it might be Parker Washington season, but we did see a decent amount of positive news for BTJ today. A lot of beat reporters were saying that this looks like the best BTJ has ever looked, even better than his rookie year, so that sounds pretty promising to me. Olave, too. You got Olave over London. That's a little rich to me now that Jordan Tyson's there. I traded Drake London for Rashee Rice and a third-round pick in Dynasty. Is that a W? For me, I got Rice. I think that's a fair trade. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a W or an L. All right, we got Josh Jacobs. Hopefully they don't throw him in jail, and we'll be looking good here. Olave over London is diabolical. Tootin, ETN, or Swift? Man, that's a good question. Tootin, ETN, or Swift? I prefer, realistically, I'd prefer Tootin, but I think ETN is 9,000 times safer. Obviously, no bad first-round picks, but who's my least favorite first-round pick? Either Genty or Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is going to have a great season, but there has to be, at least in the back of your head, slight worries about it. In my opinion, slight worries. And then with Genty, the slight worries are maybe Clint Kubiak can't fully figure this out year one, and the offense is just not as good. But again, both Jefferson and Genty are both fine to pick. For me with Genty also, it's just I prefer A-Chain. I prefer Saquon, Chase Brown over him. How do you feel about good players on bad offenses? Jeremiah Love, Breece, Olave. I would not consider the Saints to be a bad offense. But for me, I'm scared of Jeremiah Love, not because actually, yeah, you are right, because I think the offense is going to be bad, and because I think they're not going to have a lot of opportunities to run, and I think they could switch to Carson Beck, and that could make things even worse. But I think Jeremiah Love's going to be like a great buy low next year, even though we're drafting him kind of low now in like the second or third round. Hampton at RB7, I like it. I still have faith in BTJ, so do I. Can you do some 10-man leagues? We did a 10-team mock draft today on the channel, and I think we'll probably do a bunch more 10-team drafts, and then we'll probably do some 10-team drafts on stream. We did one last night. Can't trust any Falcons quarterback. I mean, Tua fed Tyreek. Tua fed Waddle before Tyreek was there. Michael Penix fed Drake London. So I get it. I get what you're saying, because obviously Michael Penix and Tua aren't these elite quarterbacks, but I can trust them. For me, it's just how good Olave finished last year. I think it was for real with Shuck. I agree with you. Is the Dolphins line better than the Falcons? I mean, I could tell you right now, based off of these analytics. If you follow at fball_insights, they always post the O-line rankings, like conglomerate from a bunch of sources, and I'll tell you. Okay, so once we make our pick, I'll share this on the screen so you guys can look at it. All right, we're about to pick again here. I like our team so far. We're kind of trailing at running back, but Tootin falls to us again. I'm a Tootin guy. Could Tootin completely suplex our fantasy team? 100%. Right? We could get annihilated by Baishal Tootin. But at the end of the day, it's the 5th round pick. There's a lot of upside in Baishal Tootin. I love my team. I love every single guy that I've drafted so far. There's definitely some risk to some people with, like, Ladd and Tootin and Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs obviously just has risk because he might get suspended, but I really don't think he's going to get suspended. The NFL just works way too slow. Okay, so we'll flash on over here real quick. Share this tab instead. The Dolphins have the 30th best offensive line. The Atlanta Falcons, I'm so blind. We're blind. They're up here. They're 11. So the Atlanta Falcons offensive line, 9,000 times better than the Dolphins offensive line. 9 gazillion times better. Justin Jefferson is going to be a bust. I'm not ready to label him as a straight-up bust yet, but I am nervous. Brees is the worst pick at current ADP. I mean, I think Jeremiah Love's worse just because he goes higher. Need some Superflex draft? I'm going to make a whole Superflex video on who to draft. On like Superflex draft strategy. I do that every year. It typically does okay. I mean, Superflex videos are weird because, like, obviously not a lot of people play Superflex. Do we go Marv here? I mean, the Arizona Cardinals, every clip I watch is just such a disaster, dude. Such a disaster. Let's go QJ here. Let's go QJ. Get another Charger on the team. We're going to obviously be hunting for Justin Herbert, the pervert. Obviously, in your home league, you don't have to draft Quentin Johnston in round 6. I would have preferred to get BTJ, but he goes ahead of us. Henry, Genty, Barkley. I'd rank a Barkley, Genty, Henry. What's the most ideal situation if I'm at the 101 at the 4-5 turn? The most ideal situation is, in my opinion, Devontae Adams. And pray to the gods, Josh Jacobs falls back to you, or like Baishal Tootin. They're both even more injured now, but assuming Tua and Penix are not injured, sure, I can see it. Jacobs is a steal in the 4th, I agree. Jags have too many mouths to feed. I'm fading all of them. Then just draft Trevor Lawrence. Just draft Trevor Lawrence. Where do I have Shador ranked? Quarterback 77. No, I'm just kidding. It's like quarterback 33. I have no idea how many games him or Watson will start compared to each other. Tootin is going to eat this year, I agree. ETN scares me. Me too. Tua's default setting is check down. Bijan's going to boom. Agreed. When do you start drafting for upside, not just best player available? Depends, right? It depends on the team you've constructed. If you've constructed a very safe team early on, for instance, if you go, like, in my opinion, a safe start for me would have been Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, and then Josh Allen, right? That would be a very safe first 3 picks. Then after that, you start to take some risks. When is your home league drafting this year? My main home league draft, the Superflex draft video that I made it last year, got 20,000 views. Hopefully we can get 30,000 this year. That draft's August 22nd. We're going to be drafting at 9 p.m. It's an in-person draft. It's going to take 4 hours. The video is going to be great because everyone's just going to be drunk, so it'll be pretty funny. But August 22nd. I think the closer you wait to the season, the better. But obviously, it's hard to get all my buddies together all at once that close to the season. Where do you consider taking Love or Brees if they fall the 4th round? I mean, I would consider taking Love He typically goes at the end of the second to the middle third, like at the end of the third round. I still wouldn't love it, but I would consider it. Adams, Devontae Smith. That's how I got it ranked. How do you feel about K9 this year? When would you take him? I don't like Kenneth Walker this year, but what I will tell you is every day I get on the internet and more people. I mean, are you fucking serious, dude? Justin Herbert, when you don't have a single guy on the Chargers. And we took 2 guys on the Chargers. I mean, we just got shafted. We just got railed over the coals right there. That was brutal. That was brutal. Let's go Tucker Craft. Let's go Tucker Craft. Let's not panic, guys, because you can easily panic, start to overthink things. We ain't doing that. We're not going to panic, guys. What are your thoughts on the 104? Can't decide who I want to take with my second pick. At the 104, I'm taking either Jamar or Puka, whoever falls. And in the second round, most of the time, you're not going to be able to get one of these running backs. So I would just go best receiver available. But of course, if like A-Chain falls to you, I would take A-Chain there. Your draft is September 5th. That's a great day to do it. What are your top 5 Call of Duties? I haven't played the recent Call of Duties. My favorite ones are Black Ops 2, MW2, Black Ops 1. I'm talking about the old Modern Warfares. Black Ops 2, MW2, Black Ops 1, MW3, and I love Call of Duty Ghosts. Underrated. Underrated. Do you think Saquon is RB1 upside? Yes. So when our guy says lower odds than 50-50, I guess we take it as higher odds than 50-50. True. Hey, we drafted on August 22nd, too. What pick do you have in the home league? I think I came in 4th place, so I'm pick 9, where Sammy's drafting here. Pick 9. But it is a super flex league, so it's like 9,000 times different. Sam Laporta goes, too. I mean, we are just getting raked over the coals here. We are getting bent over a table. We're getting reamed here. But it's okay. You don't panic. You don't panic, even though we're going to panic. Okay. Do we go Rico? I don't really like Rico this year. Let's just build more outs. And what I mean by that is like other options to draft quarterbacks, because right now we're looking down the barrel. Like, obviously Herbert's gone. So we're looking at like Tua. Yikes. Jared Goff, Baker. Like, we need other outs here. We need other outs. Yeah, make sure you guys are in the Discord. The Discord's free. Got a bunch of stuff in the Discord. You're right about Lawrence. He has a lot of value. I agree. I'm taking Kraft all day. I love Kraft. BO2 goated, agreed. The alien mode in Ghost was so much fun. I agree. That actually was more fun than people give it credit for. I think it was called Extinction. The Honey Badger on Ghost was goated. I love the Honey Badger. Honey Badger don't give a shit. Just found out I got pick 1. Never had that before. This year, pick 1 or 2 are definitely close to my favorites. And I also like the back of the draft. My draft is September 4th. I like that. Yo, what's up, Ty? Sleeper mock later? Yes. Who would you keep? Judkins in the 6th, Adunze in the 7th? Spock, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? I think I would prefer Adunze in the 7th. It's a good question. Goff for sure. Yeah, I want Goff, but it just sucks because we could have easily gotten Laporta, and Laporta gets sniped from us. But that's okay. That's okay. We can't crash out. We can't get too mad here. Can't overreact. Definitely not Tua, bro. No, I've drafted a decent amount of Tua as like my quarterback 3. Because if he's your quarterback 3, he's free. So just draft RB1s on teams and wide receiver 2s on good passing offense to round out your roster. If only it was that easy. Only it was that easy. I've had Bowers and Walker fall to me a few times at the 104 second round. We draft on ESPN. Kind of hoping the ADP feels the same. Yeah, I mean, if you like that, that's fair. Would you trust St. Brown over JSN? Yes, I do. How happy are you that squished brain, lizard eyes quarterback is out of Miami? I mean, to be honest with you, it is what it is, right? I would have liked to see Tua be great, but it sucks for him. His injuries is what it is. I mean, I'm glad he's gone, but I wish him the best. Adunze, I agree with you. Who are your favorite tight ends in the later rounds? Dallas Goedert. I'm not sure about Chig anymore. Starting to get a little bit more nervous on Chig just due to the fact that they ended up bringing in Diggs. Okay, if we don't get Jared Goff, we're just straight up cooked. We're just going to the next one. I was watching your live last night on my way home from work. Love that. Okay, so my later round tight ends, I like Goddard. I like Likely. In leagues where you don't have to draft Gadsden as the tight end 12, like an underdog, when he goes later, I like him. Tua doesn't know how to fall. It's actually quite fascinating. I mean, he took jujitsu to learn how to fall, and he actually was falling good for like a season, and then after that, it went all tits up. So went all wrong. All right, and then we're gonna have to draft like some Fugazi Detroit player late, like Isaac Tesla, and hope that Tesla does something this season. So we get a double stack. You use Yahoo? Yeah, I think Yahoo or Sleeper would be the most popular if I asked. Like my whole audience. All right. Let's see here. Oh fuck, we're not gonna be able to get Baker and Goff. I guess I should have reached for Goff before, but we can Gainwell instead. That's fine. Maybe no one will take Baker. Maybe Baker will fall back to us. Maybe we get lucky. I doubt it though. But we'll go Goff here. Get at least one competent stack going here. Would you rather go early quarterback or early tight end in an 8-man PPR? Depends what spot you're in, to be honest with you. Depends what spot you're in. I would say probably, like, if you're getting, I'd prefer Bowers over Allen. I guess that's how I would word it. I have a question. Does your family think you got a radio voice? No. I got a face for radio though, you know. That's what they say in the comments when they're messing with me. You think Corum will be a 50-50 split with Kyron? No. No. I think Corum's going to be really annoying. I don't think you're ever going to actually be able to start, like, sure, you can start Corum, but I don't think you're ever going to know, like, oh, wow, it's good to start Corum. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Legendary One? How you doing, my man? How you doing? Dude, Casey Concepcion keeps going above Denzel Boston, and Denzel Boston is getting so much hype in camp. Again, I know it's just camp hype, but they're talking about how Denzel Boston is dominating. Nice, Ty. I got my hair cut today, Ty. Wasn't you, though, obviously, who did it. Spockage. I for a second, I forgot that I can hit it. I thought I couldn't for a second. Thoughts on Travis Etienne? He's fun. Like, my thoughts on Etienne are, like, he's going to be, like, mid-range RB2, high-end RB2 most weeks. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. But I don't love him. Are you keying in on Week 17 games for the best ball tournament? Lions versus Bears? Yeah, I mean, I do normally, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm not going to just reach for a Bears guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not on my radar, I'm not just going to reach and take one. Okay. Oh, man. I'm going to take Malik Willis. I mean, we just have to. We're not going to get completely iced out a quarterback. Both these guys have Week 6. So we're going to take Tua with our last pick. Have Tua play Week 6. Cut looks clean. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, Nick, Tua sucks. I know. Okay. I'm not going to act like Tua's going to be great, but we need him 1 week at least. And we can take him with our last pick. And for Miami, we're going to have to stack him up with some pieces, but we don't have anyone like else that was even remotely worth taking. Yeah, I know it is disgusting, but, you know, could work. Could work. And Malik Willis is going to be good in best ball because you're never going to have to know when to start him, and he's going to drop like a 30 burger randomly. Do you honestly believe the Cheetah will finish the top 5 running back or even the top 10, or will be capping? Talking about Achane? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the Bengals running back? Is that who you're talking about? You're talking about Chase Brown? Is that who you're talking about? I do think he will, yeah. If you're talking about Chase Brown, or if you're talking about Achane. What do you think it's crazy necessarily if I aim or reach to get Henry, Lamar, and Flowers? I think in a redraft league, I don't want 3 guys on the same team unless you're starting, for instance, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, 2 flexes. I think 3 players is almost too much. Is Shaheed going to be an actual wide receiver this year? People are drafting him like that, and that's what it would seem to be. Thoughts on Jadarian Price? I'm fine taking Jadarian Price. I'm worried deep down that Charbonnet could cuck him later on in the season. But also, you got to take shots to be great. You know what I'm saying? You got to risk it for the biscuit sometimes. Okay. We could go likely here and be done at tight end. I think that's probably the smartest move here. Get a second tight end that we like, and then not worry about tight end later. So we got 2 good tight ends. We're going to need more running backs and more receivers. Cheetah's Tyreek Hill. I know he is, but I know who Tyreek Hill is, obviously, but I don't know. When he put that emoji, I just looked at it and thought it was a cheetah, but I think he means the Bengals running back. Oh, he means the Jaguars running back. Holy shit, I'm so stupid. Tootin. I love Tootin. Loveland or Warren? Loveland for sure. What teams do you think are take an expected leap in offensive production like the Jags or New England of last year? That's a great question. That's a great question. I would say I think the Bucks will be significantly better offensively this season. And a dark horse would be the Raiders. Have you ever done a Survivor League? No, my dad has, though, and I've watched how my dad does that. What is Tootin stealing? Top 8 RB. High on Josh Jacobs? Yes. I am very high on Josh Jacobs. Incredibly high, I might add, on Jacobs. Chris Bell will be a late year riser. Could be. But again, I don't think any of these Dolphins guys will ever be trustworthy to start in your redraft lineup. Dolphins are my dark horse. I love it. I love it. I hope they are the dark horse. I hope they have a huge season. I just don't know if I trust that. Evening, Paisan. Enjoying these lives the last few days. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. All right. Who do we want to go here? I mean, our team is just fucking disgusting, man. I feel like the Saints were a pretty good offense last year, but yeah, you are right. They were at least really good in the fourth quarter. Okay. Let's think here. Do we go running back or receiver? We already got our tight ends. We could go Pacheco. Man. Nah. Let's go Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker. We're getting more Trey Tucker. I just love Trey Tucker this year, man. Trey Tucker's going to really screw me if he's bad because I have so much Trey Tucker. And I think we'll go running back in the next round. Or I think we might have to go Tesla. Tesla? But I like our running backs here, so I'm not too worried about that. Not too worried about that. The Dolphins guys are going to be free. We already have Tucker and Likely, so we're not going to take Dulcich. We're just going to probably take Malik Washington and just hope he's the receiver one or hope he has like enough spike games. Not a guy I'm 100% sold on, though, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I wouldn't tell you guys, like, draft any of these. The only Dolphins players that are draftable outside of A-Chain is Malik Willis in, like, a super flex league or a deep league and Dulcich. This is my first year doing a Survivor League, picking the Pats week 1 to spank the C. You're going to lose week 1. Saints is my dark horse along with the Steelers. Respect. Maybe Katy Perry, dark horse. That's a banger song. Ew, Pacheco. This team is doing negative things to my brain, but I like it. Again, in best ball, this team is disgusting, obviously, but it could work, right? Not every team that wins these contests looks beautiful on paper. You know what I'm saying? In a 14-man league, what do you think of reaching a little bit on Jacobs / Breece Hall in the second round if Brown and K9 are both gone? I would reach on... Dude, it's so hard in 14-team leagues not to want to take double running back off the jump, but I think you're losing a decent amount of value on receiver if you reach on Jacobs or Breece Hall there. So I probably wouldn't. 1.02 in League 7 on the Discord. After Gibbs or Bijan, what do you recommend next? Wide receiver, or go Bowers and then running back. After Gibbs or Bijan, I like doing what these teams did here, which is like the hero running back, where I guess they didn't because they went Scatterboo, but like Gibbs, Neighbors, Rice. Like that's like a very ideal start in my opinion. Devontae Adams, Luther Burden, JMO, or more. Devontae Adams for me. I get Devontae Adams is another year older, and I get a lot of people are going to worry about that. A lot of people will be like, he's too old, Nick. Can't possibly score that many touchdowns again. But just what if he does, right? A lot of players that are really good keep producing. It's like Derrick Henry. It's like McCaffrey. Luther. I mean, I like Luther Burden too. I like DJ Moore too. You guys see that clip on Twitter? I don't know how plugged into Twitter you guys are of DJ Moore getting a gigantic catch in triple coverage, and what's his name just throws it his way. Alan, do you think Godwin will get his production this season? To be honest with you, no. But I had to take him on this team because I was trying to find his second stack that wouldn't be disgusting. So I drafted Godwin and then Baker went. So No bueno. CMC or St. Brown at the 105? CMC for me. CMC for me. So I got it. Bijan, Gibbs, Nakua, Chase, McCaffrey. All right. We're going to go Tua late, which I know is very disgusting to you guys. Very disgusting. All right, let's go. Oh, man, we could just take another Dolphins receiver. So let's just get the best running back available. Let's go Jadon Blue in case something happens to Javonte Williams. There's a real stream of consciousness going on here. Is Jeremiah Love going to be boom or bust? I think bust, but there is still upside. Jefferson, a first rounder. He'll go in the first round, I'd say, in a lot of leagues. But depends on who you draft with, right? Because if you're drafting with like more casual players, and what I mean by that is like, you know, your friends from work, right? People that don't necessarily are all locked into football. Jefferson might fall deep into the like mid-second because he screwed everyone last year, and everyone has like that, you know, one-track mind, whereas like, oh, he screwed me this year, he has to fuck me again, you know? Feeling blue, I see. Jadon Blue is the key to all this. He might, I hope he is. Him and Javonte got to be the keys. All right, we can't get Malik Washington. It's okay. We're in round 16, 17, 18. So we got 3 picks left. We need a quarterback, a running back, and a receiver. We need another running back. I do like our running backs, though, so like we could go RB with our last pick. But like if Brian Robinson falls to me 10 picks past ADP, I'm just going to take him. Okay, he goes Malik Washington, so we get B-Rob. Something happens to the other B-Rob. We're feeling great. I like our tight end core of Tucker Kraft and Likely. I like our first 3 receivers, and then the rest are kind of just garbagely put together. But sometimes that's what wins it all, you know? And based on draft capital, we have more than enough receivers, even though I do disagree. Like, our running backs are so much better than our receivers in terms of depth. Adams was in the gym pressing 140s. Genty mid-second, good pick. I mean, if you can get Genty in the mid-second, I'm fucking jizzing in my pants. You doing a sleeper mock draft for this? I'm going to do one more underdog draft, then a sleeper draft, and then get out of here. I don't want to be streaming until like 11:30. Hot take. Baker will be a top 5 quarterback this year. I like that take. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's my take, but I like that take. You want to do a puppy 3 after this? If people want to do a puppy 3, I will do it. I was just planning on entering whatever this was again, the Pitbull number 2. I want to do all 10 entries into this, but if you want to do a puppy, pause, we can do one. We can do a puppy together, pause. If you guys are new to Underdog, promo code Notorious. Play $5, you get $50 in bonus entries, plus my redraft guide for free. You also get the gimme pick, too. Make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys check that out. It's the best way to help me. Again, outside of just sending me $1 million, it's the best way to help me. All right. We're going to be able to get Tua, hopefully. I mean, if we get sniped on Tua, it's fries for us if we get sniped on Tua. I think I could wait to take Tua, right? There's no way any of these other teams are going to take Tua. There's just no way. Wait, so do you update your rankings and get Kev to upload it? No, I upload the rankings. Kevin just made sure that the buys were not messed up, and he fixed 2 of the issues, but I upload everything to the sheet. He made it dummy-proof so that I could do it. Okay. Let's get Pat Bryant. I know he's the wide receiver 3 on the Broncos, but he's getting a lot of hype, and I think he's a solid upside play. Solid upside play. I'm starting to want to think that I want to draft Odell, not in every draft, but like in an 18-round draft, like maybe just draft Odell once, because, you know, let's be honest, like is Darnell Mooney the second coming of, you know, some amazing receiver? No. Each platform is different. I'm in 24 leagues and all spaced out on 4 platforms. I love that. That Underdog logo is sick. What do you think about Christian Watson getting paid and Vegas projects them as top 10 offense? I love Christian Watson. I've been banging the table for Christian Watson for years. 4 years. Been a Christian Watson guy since him and Rodgers were playing together, if you guys remember that. If we get sniped on Tua, it's actually curtains for me. And King, did you want to do a puppy after this? If you do, I'll enter the puppy after this. If not, I'm going to do this contest again. Golden versus Reed. I prefer Golden. Make sure you guys in the Discord. How early would you take Lamar in an 8-man PPR? I mean, at least a round. At least a round over. I mean, at least a round behind Josh Allen. Nick's logo is actually curved underneath the crown to resemble football. Wait, you guys didn't notice that? You guys didn't, you didn't realize that? I'm sure most people realize that. It's the laces. Puppy for cheesy. Okay, we'll do a puppy next. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Chase Brown and standard Gibbs is my keeper. I think you always kind of have to lean with the running backs. So I would say Chase Brown. Puppy for cheesy. The late round season Christian Watson insanity run with Rodgers was awesome. I agree. It's the laces. Wait, no one noticed that? What's up, Donald? How you doing, my man? What's up, Donald? Happy to see you here. Happy to see you. All right, we got Tua. I mean, this team is disgustingly bad. Like, on paper, it looks disgusting. Like, it looks gross. Like, Jared Goff, Malik Willis, Tua looks disgusting. But I think it's going to work. Josh Jacobs, Bajal Toot, and Kenny Gainwell. We need those three guys to carry Jaden Blue and Brian Robinson. Amon-Ra, Drake London, and Ladd need to carry the receivers. But we have great tight ends. And I think this threesome at quarterback's actually pretty good. So, let's do it. That's so funny. Yeah, Donald, how have you been doing? I've been doing great. I've been doing great over here. All right, Watson goes last. Okay. So our team, again, gross on paper, but I think it can play. I think it could work, even if it is really gross on paper. All right, we're going to enter a puppy in 30 seconds. The puppy, if you guys are new to Underdog, $5 to enter, $100,000 at first. 2 out of 12, then 1 out of 10, 1 out of 5, and 750-seat final. It's going to be tough to win this one, but you never know. It was totally awesome. Why do people chase last year's production when each year is different? I agree with you. Wait, what? You've been with Nick for 5 years? Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this since 2019. It's a long time. Okay, so I'm going to count down, and then we're going to join the draft. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Am I a Marlins fan? No, I'm a Mets fan. Oh my God, I was the last one in, so it filled, so he probably didn't even get in. I'm a Mets fan. Back here, I got a Mets bobblehead that I got when I went to the game. I live in New Jersey, so I'm a fan of the Devils, the Mets, the Nets, and then I like the Dolphins. Saint Nick and Captain Spock are the best in the business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been watching since 2021, I think. Love that. The fact that Ty is a fucking Patriots and Dodgers fan. What a guy. What a guy. The Dog Pound is in here. I'm pretty sure that's another streamer. Am I correct? Does anyone know? Fantasy Dog Pound. We're going to pound the Dog Pound. You know what I'm saying? It is a streamer, but he's not even live. He's just having a day in here without streaming. You and Mason started around the same time. Yes, sir. You're a Red Sox fan. 103 non-standard format, non-PPR standard format. Who do you take, McCaffrey? He's trying to snipe you, maybe. Can't snipe me, though. Switch to the the Chargers tie. All right. We're at the 3-hole here. After this, we will do a sleeper mock draft with all you guys, and then we will be heading to bed. We'll be catching some Z's here. Gibbs, going to be Bijan, and then we're going to go Chase. I mean, we never get pick 3 or 4, by the way. I mean, we have 6% Chase, 6% Nakua. We have 0% JT, which is rough. That's fair. Long explanation. All right, we're up. Let's go Puka this time. I mean, I do have Puka ranked ahead of Jamar Chase, so we'll go Puka this time. We'll go Puka this time. But again, I like both of them a lot. From position 1 in a 10-team PPR league, you think it would be smart to scoop Trey McBride on my second / third round pick if he's still there? I'd prefer Bowers largely above McBride. And to be honest with you, I think I'd be willing to punt McBride and just go. I would go Gibbs or Bijan, Josh Allen, and then a running back or receiver, unless Bowers is there. Again, like 10-team leagues are so heavily boosting the quarterback position, just like 8-team leagues. so much different because like in a 12-team league, you guys will probably barely ever see me draft a quarterback. The only time I do it is in these mock drafts to figure out if I like it. I'm like, maybe today's the day I finally will like it, and I just never do. Just never do. Taking 20 seconds to pick fucking who's gonna Amon-Ra. This is taking way more than 20 seconds. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Roger. Like that guy from Star Wars. Jordan Addison, thumb injury, not serious. That's great to hear. Jacoby Lane had a good day. Anything else interesting? Doesn't seem like it. Brandon Ayuk is not currently eligible to play or practice in the NFL while he remains on the 49ers injured reserve. What do you guys think Ayuk did today? After Diggs signed with the Commanders, what do you think he did? I would assume he drove around like the Joker, like put his head out the window like in the Dark Knight. Or he like lit something on fire in his backyard. I feel bad for. I think Ayuk is just cried in bed. Yeah, he's crying. Top 8 always the same, just a different order. I agree with you. Honestly, unless I can get Allen, I'm okay punting quarterback. I am too. I basically always punt quarterback in fantasy football. Basically always. Now in these best ball things, you kind of have to switch it up because if I just punt quarterback every single time, and then if Lamar Jackson is just insanely cracked, right? And he's advancing half the teams that drafted him, then I'm going to feel like an idiot for not drafting him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was joshing around yesterday. Partied on his boat before the drug test. Love it. Ayuk went to the thrift store. He said it on his Twitter. That's funny. I don't think I follow Ayuk on Twitter. I don't follow most NFL players on Twitter because, to be honest with you, they're not very interesting. But Ayuk's actually interesting enough to follow. I'm going to go follow Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. Can't even find his Twitter. Okay. Ayuk is getting the Henry Ruggs treatment, at least. He isn't in jail yet. You going to host a league this year? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? There are a bunch of leagues that people run in the Discord that I'm not in. I'm in one of them. But I am not the commissioner of that league. What is your favorite content creator besides me? Something good out there, some real bad. I won't name names. You're always on point. If you're just talking about fantasy, I will just leave all my friends like that I'm friends with that I talk to all the time. I also watch their videos and I think they're pretty good. I'll tell you their names in a second. All right, let's start things off. Let's go Rashi Puka. Ron Stewart, very good at making videos. His video today was excellent. The Fantasy Stock Exchange, Corey and Danny, they are amazing. I've known them since the beginning. They're great guys. I would say Caleb at 4for4. I like Caleb. Other guys that I'm not as close with that I like. Mason, I like his videos. Yeah. Nick from bdge as well. Okay. Let's go with Buka here. Let's start triple receiver off Jump Street. Let's see if we can land the plane. Flock is pretty good too. I agree. Join the Discord. We have the leagues. Yes, sir. Mason's videos are very high quality. Very high quality. The editing on there is nice. And their website that they have, even if you don't have like the paid version, the player comparison stuff on there is nice. You like the Sal guy? Sal's a nice guy. Again, I don't agree. Like, just because I recommend these guys, I don't agree with every single thing that they're all of their opinions, obviously, because my opinions are different from them, but seem like nice guys. I like Joe Holka. Yeah, I used to watch Joe Holka a couple years ago. And then he like disappeared and then he came back. I don't know if he does it anymore though. Joe Holka. He's one of those guys that like on Twitter posts 8,000 threads. But yeah. Austin Eckler, fantasy football analyst until he finds a team. That's true. That's true. Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry is probably the most goated fantasy analyst, right? He's like the OG. He's who I used to read when I started playing fantasy. Him, the guys at CBS, I love that. I used to watch their podcast It wasn't even a podcast back then. It was just like a YouTube show. I used to watch that all the time. Oh, Pat Mayo too. I love Pat Mayo's videos. No, Mason's very nice. He's a nice guy. Other guys are high on K9, unlike Nick, but at the same time, I understand why Nick is not as high on him. Yeah, I mean, look, I understand why people are high on Kenneth Walker. I understand why people are high on Breece Hall. Like, I understand, like, it's easy to understand why and why not, right? Why people might like someone and why not, except for sometimes where it's like, there are some times where I, like, don't like a player and I genuinely don't understand why people like them. Like, at all sometimes, but most of the time I do understand it. Yeah, make sure you guys do hit that like button. Suplex that like button like it owes you some money here. Suplexes. So this draft's going to go fast, I think. And after this one, we are going to do a sleeper 12-team mock draft. Eventually, I think we should do a super flex mock draft on here. Problem is, you really need people that know how super flex works to do it, because otherwise the mock will just be Fugazi. Like ETN. Yeah, I mean, ETN is just so boring to me. It's not even that I'm like, I think he's like a bust. He's just so boring. Like, I don't really see ETN dominating and finishing highly. KW3, K9. Yeah, I mean, he's got a gazillion nicknames. K9 gets hurt. Emmett Johnson taking the job. I have a lot of Emmett Johnson. A lot of Emmett Johnson in case something does happen. 10%, which I guess isn't a crazy amount, but it was a lot more for the last couple of drafts. Someone I don't like that everyone likes is Jeremiah Love. I mean, I don't like Jeremiah Love either. But I mean, I get the argument for it, right? The argument is he's amazing, right? Sometimes, no matter how bad the offense is, if you're amazing, it's going to work out. Sometimes it won't matter at all, and it won't work out at all, no matter how good you are. Like Genty, you know? Like Genty last year just did not work. Oh, fuck, I was going to take ETN there. He's such a safety net. I feel like you kind of just have to take these dead zone RBs, right? Because we can't just fully have no running backs. Let's go Tootin again. I'm learning a lot of new player names today. I love it. And sometimes you're on the Jets or the Cards. That's true. Do you do a rivalry league in your home league? No. I do like that idea, though. But no, I don't. Nick did say that if you were to pick one gun to the head, bust based on ADP, did say Jeremiah Love. Yes. 4 Cardinals players, the top 75 in the worst offense. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. It is crazy. I'm just like, look, I love Michael Wilson. That's why I've just been taking Michael Wilson, because he goes so much later. I don't know where he goes here. Like, what his ADP is. 40, pick 4. He's receiver 44, so like he's much freer compared to those guys. Fuck, all the running backs are going. Man, I don't really want Travion Henderson or Judkins, but we are just going to fall so far behind at running back if we don't take one of them. Let's go Judkins, since we have not taken Judkins at all. I mean, again, I just think the fact that he's on the Browns, the fact that he's a bad offensive line is just going to curse him, and the fact that he doesn't catch passes. But then again, what if the Browns figure it out, right? That's enough to draft him at least once. I want to try that this year and make Week 12 rivalry week. Go ahead. Saquon or Hampton? Saquon. Week 12 is Thanksgiving weekend, so everyone will be watching and no bye week. I like that. But no Miami players in the top 100 just doesn't make sense. I mean, no, I mean, A-Chain's in the top 100, but yeah, I get what you mean. Spock and I will say bolts up. Random thought, do you ever go to a content creator convention and meet a lot of those guys, if they even have those? They actually do have like a meetup for the Flock League in Austin, and Mason did invite me there. He was going to pay for my plane ticket and everything, and it's next weekend, and I have something that I can't miss, that I have to do. So, and I scheduled that because I didn't get the Flock League. But yeah, that would be probably the only fan meetup I would ever go to. I don't think I could host a fan meetup in New Jersey, and people would actually come. How do you feel about JSN this season? I like him. Igbuka or Burden Igbuka? JSN, a lot of people, I'm starting to, sense a lot of people start to get nervous on him. I've brought up all the points as to why you should be potentially nervous about him, but I'm not ready to like fall off the edge of the earth on JSN. Do you think Aaron Donald comes out of retirement? I mean, at this point, it seems 70% chance, maybe even higher. Like, Aaron Donald was at the camp today in pads. So you host a meetup and I'll fly from Cali to shake your hand. And yeah, I think Aaron Donald, without a shadow of a doubt, is coming back. I'm going to increase it to like 90% chance. I think the only way he doesn't come back is if he practiced today and didn't look good, but I would assume he did look good because he's Aaron Donald. Get JSN, then a running back, then Ibuka in the third. I like that. I like that. All right, we got Puka, Rice, Ibuka, Tootin, Judkins. Again, I don't love these running backs. They are in the dead zone, but when you start off with 3 receivers that you really like, this is the price you have to pay, The price you must pay for salvation. It would have been sick to get Devontae Adams with Puka, which I could have done, but then again, it's like I needed to get a running back. I guess if I took a running back here, but there was no running backs available. I'm the 1 seed with 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes, but I feel like triple RB in the sweet spot. So many good receivers like Devontae. Triple RB works this year. I'll fly to Nick if he comes out west. Like, subscribe, and join the Discord. Yes, make sure you guys are on the Discord. Make sure you guys are on the Discord. Again, my draft guide dropped over on Underdog. Full PPR, half PPR rankings, top 150, positional rankings, as well as comparing my rankings to ESPN, Yahoo, all those websites. So you can see where I have players ranked well ahead of the other places. It makes it easy to draft if you're on like ESPN. Okay. Wow. We get Jadarian Price at a gigantic discount. So we're going to take 3 running backs in a row after going 3 receivers in a row. None of the receivers here are really calling my name. I mean, we're waiting on quarterback because we have Mahomes, we get a pick 95, and Baker. So that's what we're going to do here. Looking at receiver, we're not going to reach on Godwin yet. We're too far away from Godwin. We could go running back here, go Jaylen Warren, load up on another RB, but I'd rather go back to the receiver position. We could go Tucker Kraft as well. I do like Tucker Kraft, but I'm much more of a late round tight end kind of guy, and I do have 18% of them. So let's go Alec Pierce here. Again, I don't love Alec Pierce, to be completely honest with you, but I have 20% Josh Downs. Like, I don't want to be so invested in Josh Downs where if Alec Pierce blows up and has a great year, I'm just sitting here like an idiot. Like, why didn't I at least sprinkle in some Alec Pierce? I definitely get the upside for Alec Pierce. It's just I'm always nervous to draft someone that is banged up, got surgery late in the offseason, coming into the year hurt. Like, he's going to miss camp for another week or 2, and Josh Downs could easily develop that connection. But again, it's best ball, and it's not like I'm relying on Alec Pierce to be in my lineup week 1, The 49ers' next stadium should be a hospital. Do you know how trading picks works? I saw that when I was changing some rules around. It depends on your league. In my opinion, you should not be trading picks in a redraft league. If you want to trade a pick, I mean, like, the only trading that I think is fair at all is, say I pick 1, Ty, you pick 7, and we're like, let's swap. I'll be 7, you be 1. That's like the only fair way to do it. You just get all those picks from 7. I get all the picks from 1. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way it's fair. Because if you can just like sell your team this year for like picks next year in a redraft league, that's like insane. You might as well just play Dynasty. What's up, Dab God? Why is Bucky's ADP so high? I had him 2 years ago and destroyed. I guess the same could be said about BTJ. Bucky's ADP is so high because sometimes people fall for the player and don't consider the situation enough. That's why. Why are the Ravens so high when they lost their center and OC? Declan Doyle has also never called plays. I think Declan Doyle will be fine. And the Ravens are so high because Lamar Jackson is really good. 111, JJ and Lamb, then going RB thoughts. That's fair. That's fine. What would you be looking to take Bowers or Allen in a 10 team? End of the second, early third for end of the second to middle of the second for Bowers, the 3rd round for Allen. Alec Pierce is one of my go-to picks in best ball, just like Jameson Williams, but I don't really like having them in my regular redraft leagues. I agree with that. And don't crash your car driving here listening to me, but I appreciate it. Is Higgins and Ibuka good if I went double here RB and 12 team? Yes. With the amount of money that the Colts gave to Alec Pierce, I think they're going to force feed him like crazy. It's possible, but again, if he's banged up early on in the season, right, and he's like slower, I don't mean like he's slow, like he's out there fucking not doing anything, but if he's not moving as quickly, if he's failing to cut as correctly as he was, maybe he's not getting as much separation, then like it could be like, hey, I just can't trust you. BTJ had the fastest on-field speed of any receiver last year. Yes. I mean, BTJ still has it. I draft Brendan Aubrey in the 5th round every season. You know what's funny? Like, I think you're kidding, but maybe you're being serious. On paper, that is the dumbest thing ever, but when he scores 25 points every week, it's like, wow, I wish I drafted Brandon Aubrey. You know, that's how I feel every season. It's like, why didn't I just draft Aubrey? But then again, most of my leagues don't even have kickers. After last season, I think Jackson is overrated. I don't think Jackson's overrated. I think at this point, everyone thinks every quarterback is overrated, right? Does anyone else kind of feel like that? That everyone thinks every single quarterback in the NFL is overrated? You're serious? Respect. I respect that then. You know what's funny? You probably win a bunch drafting Aubrey in the 5th round because he's so overpowered. Donald was on the Rams report, drafting Rams defense in round 13. Yeah, he practiced today in his pads. So, all right. We could. I mean, I would never draft him in the 5th round, but he probably wins because of it. Because again, like Aubrey's so overpowered. Did we go Worthy? Dude, I fucking hate Worthy. But he stacks with Mahomes. We already have Rice, so we might as well go Worthy for another year of disaster. I don't like Worthy at all, by the way. I think Penix is underrated. I mean, I think Penix isn't. I think if Tua plays week 1, which is the case, there's a chance Tua just plays all year and we don't even see Penix. I think it's pretty possible. Okay, we're gonna go Kelsey later to stack with Mahomes, and we also want to get Baker. We couldn't get Godwin, but we could still get K-Dot later, or like Jalen McMillan or Ted Hurst. When there is a favored player, there is someone that equally hates the player as much as their favorite. That is very true. In 2011, I took Akers in the 6th round and won that year. David Akers, baby. Is it always good to stack when you can? In best ball, you have to stack. Otherwise, we're not going to win this thing if we don't stack. But in redraft, I would say stacking is good when it comes to you. What I mean by that is like, if you took CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott falls to you in a range where you feel comfortable taking him, I like it. But if you take CeeDee Lamb and then you're like, fuck it, I need Dak in round 6, you're just reaching too hard, you know? Or you take Jamar Chase and now you're taking Joe Burrow in the 4th round when you could have potentially gotten him in the 6th round, you know? You think the Chiefs will get more calls now so Mahomes doesn't get hurt again? Maybe. I only said Penix because I couldn't think of a worse quarterback in the NFL than the ones rostered in Cleveland. Shout out masseuse man Watson. You guys think Watson will ever play a game again? I think so. I think he's going to play this year, which is crazy to me because if you look at all the training camp stats, like he is playing like dog shit. And I'm not like I like Shedeur Sanders. I think he's an interesting guy to follow. I think he's better than people give him credit for. But dude, like Shedeur is way better than Watson at this point. Agreed, except for Dak, not like the Cowboys. Your boy Watson. Dude, that one year when Watson was coming back to the Browns, I really thought Watson was going to be good. Maybe I'm insane for thinking that, and I guess I was. But to me, like, I still think Watson is actually good, but he's just like mentally dejected, and all those years of not playing fucked him. Like that's my take on Deshaun Watson. I think deep down he's still got it, but I don't think you'll ever actually see it come out again. Paul, you might see it come out again though if you're one of his masseuses. Hi Nick, I'm back in here. What's up, man? How you doing? Sanders over Watson. I agree. Sanders is a Pro Bowl quarterback, for God's sakes. You doing one of those sleeper drafts again tonight? Yes. The Browns thought he was going to be good too. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to be good. I fell for the trap. I fell right for it. Okay. So we're going to be able to get Baker here. Oh, did someone take Kelsey? Why the fuck did Kelsey go ahead of George Kittle? It doesn't even make sense. Who was doing that? Too many hand jobs. Watson went soft. Facts. Ironically. All right, let's go Baker, touchdown maker. I think you guys think the Bucs will sign Baker or no? There's a lot of debate about his contract. To me, it's like, are we going to witness a second organization give up on Baker? Are we really going to witness that? Like, come on. They're going to have to trade Vita Vea. He wants out. So why not pay Baker? I don't get it. Like, I understand Baker might not be like a top 10 quarterback every single week in the NFL, but like he can elevate and be great in games. Like, I don't know, like as someone that has had like a shitty quarterback as the Dolphins quarterback my whole life, outside of that one great year of Tua, like sometime with Tannehill, Pennington at points, it's like I would love to have Baker. At least Baker wants to win. Like Baker will sacrifice his life on the field to win a game, you know? That's just who Baker is. And not every guy has that. Tua has that, and that's why Tua has so many concussions, because he is willing to die to make a play. You know? All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay. We don't have any tight ends. I mean, I'm not super worried about that. Not super worried about that, but I think we should take a tight end at some point. Let's go Kincaid. Actually, we don't have any Kincaid. And while I don't really like Kincaid as much as Likely or Mark Andrews, like there's going to be games where Josh Allen throws him a touchdown or two. So, God, I hope they give up on Baker. That would be such a glorious day for the Baker haters. Why don't you like Baker? I actually have always liked Baker, even in college. I just think he's like, I don't know. He's just like he's an interesting guy. He gives it all on the field. Baker's going to bake like an easy bake oven. I think Baker will be somewhere else next year. I think it's possible. I don't know why they wouldn't pay him, though. Baker back to the Browns. Yeah, dude, if the Browns offered Baker a deal, he should decline that. And he's a freak of an athlete. You played against him in high school. That's crazy. That's crazy. You play on defense or are you playing on offense? Imagine trying to sack Baker like back then. The guy fucking running around. That's hilarious. That's crazy. Every time I didn't play football in high school, obviously I'm like not built to be a football player, but the best player I saw out there was David Njoku's cousin or brother, Case Njoku, played on my rival high school's team. That dude was nuts. He was nuts. I don't think he ever did anything. Like, he never made it to the NFL, but that dude was cracked in high school. Case Njoku. Or was it... Or maybe that was just his nickname. I don't know exactly what his first name was, but that guy was awesome. He was great. Wandale going to be a slot merchant. I agree with you. I like Wandale. Mentally, he is not all there, but he's still got it. bdge or Washington, hearing hype on both. I mean, to be honest, right now I'm leaning more towards Parker Washington, but like, am I adjusting too hard? Right? I think, gun to the head, I think I'm still taking bdge. I was late to the live. What do you guys think about Diggs of the Commanders? I like it. I think Diggs is draftable. I think, though, if you're expecting Diggs to come out, jump street, come out the gate of the season and dominate, I think you're going to be sad. Would love to see Baker with the Cardinals. That'd be interesting. I'm avoiding Dalton Kincaid. I mean, I don't really like Dalton Kincaid either, but again, like when you're doing these best ball drafts, like I've done 50 plus, like you have to swallow the pill, pause, right? And just like accept that maybe you're wrong on some of these guys, right? Like I don't like Breece Hall at all, but I've taken Breece Hall. I'm sad that Diggs will never win a ring now. He wasn't going to win one in New England either. That was evident by the Super Bowl. All right. We got Baker and Mahomes. Like, this team could be 3 QBs. It could be. This could be a Daniel Jones team. This could be a Daniel Jones team. We definitely need 3 tight ends on this team. I feel pretty good about the receivers that we have right now. Baker Mayfield is very athletic. I used to date him in high school. You ever see that video? Of course, Daniel Jones. Do you guys ever see that video about, is it like behind Cheesecake Factory? Baker Mayfield Cheesecake parking lot. An Ohio woman allegedly said she was sexually assaulted by Baker Mayfield behind a parking lot at the Cheesecake Factory. That's some lore right there. I don't think it ever came out that that was true or not, and people used to joke about it. And we should never be joking about that stuff. I would never joke about that, but people did. Any team other than the Raiders, you think the tight end would be the number one option? The Cardinals. But really, not really, though. Most teams don't. Okay, let's get Jalen McMillan. Nick, you may not have been blessed with the build to play football, but you were given the perfect build to be a fantasy analyst. That's true. That is true. The top quarterback lore is Jameis with the crab legs. Don't ask Jameis what he did in that Uber, though. Don't ask him about that. How do you think Diggs is going to hurt Terry McLaurin? I almost think it kind of helps him. But I was always assuming deep down that Terry was going to get a new mate in the receiver core. Like, I always thought deep down someone else was coming there. So it was pretty expected to me. Like, I wasn't, holy shit, I can't believe that, That guy's there. Big Baker's Big Ben. That's crazy. That's only alleged that Big Ben did that. Fuck, Woody Barks went. Fuck. Okay. We need some more running backs because, again, our running backs are very risque. Let's go Algier. Yeah, I remember you saying Debo might end up there. Yeah, I thought it might be Debo, and then it became Diggs. Rip LMC season. Luke McCaffrey got hurt? Luke McCaffrey's out for the season? Is that who LMC is to you? Can I be in the next draft? We are going to do a sleeper draft, and I'm going to just send the link in the chat, and the first 11 people that click on it are getting in. I can't just individually invite all you guys. CMC is cooked, dude. CMC is going to be fine, guys. Don't fucking worry about McCaffrey. Don't you dare worry about McCaffrey. He did some type of blood sacrifice to stay healthy. Then who is LMC? Unless McCaffrey did just get hurt after I said that. That would be like that would be like terrible. I'd be crying. He just ain't gonna get anything with Diggs. Yeah. I agree with you. That is what you meant, Luke McCaffrey. All right. You guys like my shirt? I got a UFC Gladiator t-shirt. And on the back of it, it's McGregor. And it says, "Are you not entertained?" But you can't really see it on here. Can't really see it well on here. Who's the best kicker, Aubrey? Let's do a 100-man mock draft. Yeah, let's do that. We'll be here until tomorrow. All right, we need more running backs. We need more tight ends. I mean, this team is kind of gross at receiver. I mean, the receivers are gross. They're amazing. And, if these running backs work, this team could be amazing. This team could be fantastic. Nick, did you watch the Odyssey? Yes, I watched it at IMAX. It was fucking amazing. How do you draft at the 101? I prefer to go Bijan and then followed up receiver. That's how I typically like going for the 1-1 because I don't like Brees or like Jeremiah Love, who you'd have to reach on in the third round. Dicker the kicker. Dulcich in Miami should see elevated targets at tight ends. Yes, I wish Dulcich was healthy, though. Dulcich is currently banged up. I don't know if it'll say it. Day-to-day with an undisclosed injury. I don't get out of work till 10 a.m., so let's run the 100-man draft. Yes, make sure you guys are on the Discord. That's Spock linked. It is it's a fun time in there. Is Jalen Hurts a good quarterback? I mean, it depends what you mean as, like, good. Like, is he the best quarterback in the NFL? Is he close to it? No. Is he better than most people ever give him credit for? Yes. Keenan to Buffalo. Keenan to Buffalo. I don't think Keenan's going to play in the NFL this year, but I don't know. Tyreek just signed with Kansas City. Sure, Dab God. Sure he did. Him and his one leg is working. Nick said he didn't like the Odyssey and to get the beggars out of here. No, I like Odyssey a lot. That's a crazy question. Robert Pattinson was incredible in that movie. Incredible. That was an awesome movie. It's always awesome when someone plays such an evil guy that you almost kind of hate Robert Pattinson for being so evil in the movie, even though he's not actually evil, It's like that guy from Game of Thrones. What's the dude's name? King Joffrey. Your team Edward, of course, man, in the Twilight. So who's my top 10 receivers this year? I'll read you the rankings right now. Okay. We need a tight end here. I actually really like Schultz. Like, it's like a late round option. He just always is way better than it. Like, if he could score 5 touchdowns, he could score 150 points. And of course he fucking goes. Of course he goes after I give him the Sukalaming. All right, let's go AJ Barner. Forgot who I was watching today, but they said that AJ Barner low key could be the tush push guy in Seattle. And he could tush push in a couple of touchdowns. And once I heard that, like a cog went together in my brain and I figured it out. Tyreek, the new stadium MC for KC. Every time you glaze someone, they get picked almost instantly. Every time. That's why when I'm doing like my actual home league drafts that I do like on here, I will never once say who the fuck I'm gonna pick because they will just get picked every single time. Like, it's not even close to it happens every time. We're gonna go Kate Otten late for the upside. with Baker. We got 2 guys on KC. We need more running backs, though. We need more running backs. Jonah Coleman, to me, like I've taken him a few times, but he feels like a guy that's just largely going to be bad this year and then actually be good when he's given opportunity once J.K. Dobbins leaves, you know? Sleeper mock after? Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to go Dylan Sampson. We do have Quinshon Judkins, which is kind of negatively correlated, right? But I honestly forgot that we drafted Quinshon Judkins because we never do. We always draft Dylan Sampson. I probably would have went Jaden Blue instead, but you know, I wouldn't say it's impossible for your team to win with 2 running backs on the same team. Is it the most positive thing to do? No, but it's positive to win. It's possible to win. Okay, so we have pick 16, 17, 18. We have 3 picks left. Probably going to go running back, receiver, tight end. I think that would be the smartest move here. I sit there and chant, leave me Waddle, leave me Waddle, leave me Waddle whenever I'm trying to snag someone and I'm a few picks out. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the new OC and the new OC prioritizes the tight end and X receivers. Down year for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would believe Amon-Ra St. Brown will have a down year if he gets hurt. Knock on wood. That's the only way he's having a down year. Nick Sirianni is the kind of guy that gives high fives to his reflections. That's hilarious, and that actually is true. I've seen him do it before. Down in Wildwood in New Jersey, since it's by Philly, that's where I went on vacation this summer. There were so many pictures of Nick Sirianni down there. It pisses me the fuck off. Is the next draft a mock? Yeah. I don't know. Nick Sirianni just pisses me off. I don't know if I'm like the only, like, I'm not even like a Giants fan or like a fan of a team in the NFC East, but he just makes me mad. 12-man half PPR redraft. Who should I try targeting in the first 8 rounds? I mean, that is just way too much information to give out here. But I would say I would go Puka. Follow that up with, if any of the running backs fall, I'm taking any of A-Chain, Hampton, Henry, Chase Brown. If any of those guys fall, you take them. If not, I'm probably ripping receiver. I would probably go receiver, and then go Javonte or Josh Jacobs. It's a real draft. I'm a real boy. The next draft we're going to do is a mock draft. I keep drafting Tank Dell. Maybe he's just going to be like a money hole for me. Pause, but I do like Tank Dell. Okay, we're going to go K. Dotton with our next pick. The running backs are so gross at this point, but like maybe one of them will work out for us. We don't necessarily need K. Dotton though, so if we like another tight end better, we could take him, but I kind of just like K. Dotton the best. He only scored 1 touchdown last year. Like I kind of feel like that's impossible to happen again, especially without Mike Evans for the whole year. A lot of people like Eli Stowers. I don't know, man. Could go Freiermuth. Actually, since we already have a bunch of Tampa Bay guys, let's go Freiermuth here. Let's go Freiermuth. And then, of course, K. Dotton's going to score a touchdown in week 8 or week 17 when it matters the most. And I'm not going to have the guys there, but it is what it is. Ted Hurst. I do like Ted Hurst, but we already have 1, 2, 3 Tampa Bay guys. I don't really want to take another Tampa Bay receiver. Man, the running backs down here are just disgusting. So gross. Let's go another receiver. We actually might just go Ted Hurst on this team. Could go Leggett. Might get more work now that the other guy's hurt. The Brazzers man himself. Could go Jacoby Lane's been getting hype in practice, so we'll go Jacoby Lane just to get some more of him. And then we're going to go running back with our last pick. We are going to go running back. I don't know who we're going to go with because the running backs at this point are just so bad, but maybe one of these guys sneaks in, you know, a 1 touchdown game with a couple catches and they actually enter our lineup at some point. I don't think they will, but Jacoby Lane was looking good at practice today. Again, it's just practice. I get it, but might as well just draft him a couple times since I already have drafted the other Ravens rookie receiver, Elijah Surratt, a decent amount of times. 16% Surratt. So I got to stop drafting Surratt because Surratt's getting like no buzz at all and just start drafting Lane. And again, the odds that your 17th or 18th round pick actually does anything on your team is so low. Do you think there's a chance Singleton could take over from Spears and from Spears and Pollard? To be honest with you, no, not this year, but I think next year, yes. You like Cowing? I don't know, man. The 49ers have so many players, man. Where does Cowing even go? All the way down here. All the way down here. 12 team, if you take Bijan or Gibbs, do you take a running back in the second or take a receiver? Normally, I just like the receivers there better because normally no running backs that actually like fall. So it's normally running back, receiver at the 1 or 2 hole. All right. We only went 2 quarterbacks here, which I don't love, to be honest with you, with Baker and Patrick Mahomes. But we basically only always take 3 quarterbacks, so maybe this will just work out better for us. Then we are going to go running back. Like George Halani, like what is he going to do? Singleton, if someone gets hurt, I think Singleton could be like straight up lethal here, but I don't really see him doing anything. Halani, since you got price, like I'm going to be honest, I don't think Halani is good at all. I don't think he's good at all, and I'm not taking 2 handcuffs. I already took Quinshon's handcuff, which I shouldn't have done. I've taken James Conner at 18 and pray for a trade. I've taken 6% James Conner for the exact same reason you have. I might go Singleton here just because, like, deep down, if no one gets hurt, Singleton I know is going to do nothing. But in the scenario where Pollard gets hurt or Spears, I think Singleton could be useful. He needs to step up and go Doubleton. That's true. That's very true. Doubleton's going to come in and take his job, take everything he's worked for. Make sure you guys do hit that like button on the stream. And if you guys are new to Underdog and want to play with me, play $5, get $50 if you're a new customer using promo code Notorious, or click on the link in the description. Plus, you get my redraft guide for free. My redraft guide is available now on Patreon, $12.50 a month. You don't have to pay for multiple months. You can just get it for $12.50 for 1 month and then cancel it. You trust Rashee Rice is back to his pre-injury self? Yes, I'm 100%. I wonder why you're thinking about taking Devontae Smith over Rashee Rice with the Eagles picture. I'm just kidding. That's a joke, obviously. I get a lot of people like Devontae Smith, but no, I prefer Rashee Rice by like a mile. And hopefully you understood that was a joke, and not to take everything that I say super seriously. Shout out to all 94 of you guys in the stream. We had over 100 for a lot of this stream, which is sick. So we're to recap our team here. We went Mahomes, Baker, Byshal Tootin, Quinshon Judkins, Jadarian Price, Tyler Algier, Dylan Sampson, Nicholas Singleton, Puka Nacua, Rashee Rice, Emeka Egbuka, Alec Pierce, Xavier Worthy, Jalen McMillan, Jacoby Lane, Dalton Kincaid, AJ Barner, Firemuth. Our worst position is by far tight ends. Our strongest position is our wide receivers. If Tootin, Judkins, and Price work out, this team's fantastic. If they don't work out, it's going to be suspect. With Bijan or the Gibbs pick, which wide receivers do you like back-to-back? Malik Neighbors and Rashee Rice. All right. So we are done with this draft. Now we are going to do 1 sleeper draft, and then we are getting out of here. So if you guys want to join the sleeper draft, I'm going to send the link into this chat the second I make the draft. So we're going to change it to 12 team because we did 10 team last night. We're going to do a 12 team PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex, 5 bench. We'll go 60-second pick clock. You did you take me seriously for a second? No, I was just messing with you. But I do like Rashee Rice better. Like, that's my actual take. But I don't think just because you like the Eagles, that's why you're thinking that. Because I think a lot of people think just like you, that Devontae is a better pick than Rashee Rice, and I disagree with that. Okay, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, 2 flexes, 5 bench spots, 1 minute pick timer. Hopefully we can get out of here by 11. I'm going to be pick 1, but I'm going to just randomize all of our picks. Once the draft starts, I'm sending the draft link in now. So I'm going to wait 5 seconds, then send it so that, you heard now. And then, it actually corrects because, we're a couple seconds back in real life, right? You guys are not exactly at the same time as me. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, 2 flexes, 5 benches. Okay, I'm going to mute my phone because it's just going to go off a million times with you guys joining the sleeper chat. We have no spots left. Welcome in, everybody. We are going to randomize the draft position 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We got this 8th hole, and we are going to start the draft now. Best of luck, everybody, in this mock draft that in reality means nothing, but it could mean everything. If you have a great draft, it'll make you feel great. But yeah, I do like mock drafting. A lot of people hate on mock drafts. I think mock drafts are genuinely so crucial to actually being ready to go during your draft. I love underdog drafts. I do a lot of them, but underdog drafts, they're different than your regular home league draft. Do you think, who do I like better, McCaffrey or JSN? I prefer McCaffrey. I think if you're scared of McCaffrey and you want to be safe, I get it. But I would rather just attempt to win my league, and I think McCaffrey's a league-winning player. I don't think JSN will win leagues this year. I think he'll be on winning teams because he's really good. But I don't really see him being the wide receiver one, but I could see McCaffrey being the RB1. Okay. Let's go JT. I mean, I don't have any JT on underdog, which is so annoying because I don't ever get the 8th overall pick, and I'm not taking him above Amon-Ra or JSN. My first tier of player rankings is 1 through 7. All 7 of these guys, obviously the order's a little bit different, but Bijan, Gibbs, Puka, Chase, McCaffrey, Amon-Ra, JSN. I go JT, then CD, then James Cook. Very, very interesting how things are going to fall here because, again, I say this in every mock draft that we do. Once you get past JT, typically these are always the first 8-ish picks in a different order, normally, sometimes. But once you get past JT, it is so random who's going to get picked. Saquon Barkley gets picked. Saquon Barkley in this draft goes at the 111. In your home league, he might fall to the 2-7, right? That's just how open the back of the first round is to the middle of the second round. This year, much more than any other year. Like, I feel like the last couple of years, I could accurately predict all the top 12 players of, I would say, 95% of leagues with ease. This year, I don't think so. Well, you already know that guys are going to take what position way later unless you start joshing around. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take a quarterback early in this one. I just don't like it. I like my teams better drafting later, but you have to try different things. Otherwise, you're just going to get nothing from these mock drafts. Let's go Genty here. Drake London, Jefferson, Achane, and Chase Brown in the second round. Let's go Genty. I feel good about Genty. Achane or Chase Brown? Achane, but Chase Brown's safer, right? That's really all it is. Like, if you want more safety, go Chase Brown because, the Bengals offense will be better than the Dolphins offense. But, dude, Achane is just so good, man. He's so good. And I thought that coming out of college. I thought that when we drafted him. And it's worked out so far. Every year it's worked out. I get different coaching staff, different system. I get it. Okay. Kenneth Walker goes after we go Genty. Again, I don't like Kenneth Walker, but I get why people do. The Andy Reid system. They're going to want to run the ball. Mahomes banged up to start the year. Obviously, he's going to be good to go week 1, but I don't think he's going to... I would be shocked if Mahomes week 1 is out there running around doing those... You remember when he did that, diving pass that got into Madden when he was on the cover? So, I don't think you're going to be seeing that. Jacoby Lane is a sleeper. I mean, in redraft, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't want the wide receiver maybe 3 on a team that runs the ball a ton, but in best ball, he's a sleeper. Now, obviously, if he is clearly the receiver 2 on the team, then I will backtrack my statement, but he's probably just going to be the receiver 3 on a team with Mark Andrews and Derrick Henry that runs the ball a ton. He's worth a pick in a best ball draft where you never have to actually know when to start him, but I don't think you'll ever be able to figure out when to start Jacoby Lane unless someone gets hurt. Achane should go in the 3rd round. So much more potential than other players. I disagree. The Dolphins sucked last year, and Achane was insane. The upside for Achane is RB1. The upside for Achane is the best player in fantasy football, in my opinion. And I think even if you hate Achane, right, you're nervous to draft Achane because the Dolphins stink, which I agree with. I think even then you can make you can get to the reasoning why Achane would be good. What app is it again where you rank movies? Letterboxd. Letter and then BOXD, Letterboxd. I am over on Letterboxd all the time. Now I don't watch movies as much now because it's August, right? And I got to lock in, but during the offseason I watch a lot of movies. I'm an Achane Glazer, but I'm nervous. I mean, I get being nervous. I understand, but I don't know. I don't know how you could say though much more potential in other players because again, the Dolphins were terrible last year and Achane was still amazing. I get why people don't like Achane, though. It's very, very easy to paint a negative picture for him, right? Which is just the Dolphins are going to stink. Their offensive line won't be great. And maybe the defense is terrible. What's the deal with Tyreek Hill? We can, maybe if I type in his name, it'll show the exact report. But his one leg, he can't even feel. He has no power in the left leg. So, yeah. I mean, that's the deal with Tyreek Hill. Can't feel his left leg. I used to think maybe by week 15, he comes back to the Chiefs or something, and he's barely playing, but maybe he pops up and has like a decent game, and then he strikes up in the playoffs. But based on hearing that, like, I don't know if 5 months from now, 4 months from now, he's going to be good to go, right? I just don't think so. Training data, Bronx Tower, must watches. I got to watch those. Okay, we're back up. Oh, we're going to take Josh Allen. I'm just kidding. We're never taking Josh Allen, man. We're going to go T. Higgins. I mean, he's just falling way too far. Rank these guys: Igbuka, Zay, Devontae Smith, Ladd, Waddle. Rank these: Monty, Tootin, Bucky, Hendy, ETN. ETN, Tootin, Monty, Hendy, Bucky. Igbuka, Ladd, Waddle, Smith, Zay. Tyreek just needs a therapeutic massage. Yeah, totally. I can't feel my left leg. It might be the 8 high noons. Dude, if you've drank 8 high noons, respect. Respect. I used to love high noons. I was a high noon guy. I was a White Claw guy. I don't really like the taste of beer. Nick, you're a woman. Right? That's what people say. But I drank, when I was in high school, senior year, I drank 20 something Bud Lights, and I threw up everywhere, and I never drank them again because the taste just reminds me of that. I have the 5th overall pick in a 12-man league. Does A-Chain fall back in the second? He could. I don't think he will, though. I don't even think you have to worry about it, to be honest with you. I don't even think you're going to have to worry about A-Chain. Don't think you're going to have to worry about A-Chain from pick 5. I don't think he's going to come back to you. Now, again, there are some people that are really nervous about him, so it is possible, right? Like, deep down, it's possible, but I wouldn't, like, lock that in, Alrighty. All right. Make sure you guys do hit the like button on the stream, and make sure you guys hype the videos, by the way. I have no idea what that does, but hype all the videos when you watch them. Be like, damn, that shit was hype if you're on the phone. I don't think you can do it on the computer. All right, so we went JT, Genty, Higgins. I mean, I like this start. I like it a lot. Colston Loveland going in the 4th. Again, Trey McBride always goes ahead of Bowers, and it still confuses me. I know 4 people in the draft don't want him. Yeah, I mean, if he falls to you, you almost have to take him at that point. Like, him coming all the way back to the 2.8, you kind of have to take him. All right. We already have 2 RBs, so no need to go RB here. Colston Loveland's gone, so we're not going tight end. Again, in the 4th round, like, you almost have to start considering Josh Allen, but I'm not doing it. Again, I just don't like my team as much as doing that. We can go Igbuka here. Again, we draft Igbuka a lot, but I do just really like him. Garrett Wilson, I'm out on, but I get it. Where do I take in the 1.05 in a 14-team PPR half-point tight end premium league? I'm going to be honest with you. You could consider Bowers, but based on what I've looked at, is it NFFC, the website that does the high-stakes drafts that are tight end premium? Bowers' ADP is 8 there, so I think almost at the 105, I would take McCaffrey to lock in my RB1 in a 14-team league. That's how I feel about Natty Ice. I don't understand the McBride hype. I mean, I get it. He's amazing. Hampton in the 3rd or Mecca in the 7th or 8th. I can't remember. If you're talking about keepers, you have to keep a Emeka Egbuka. I mean, Emeka Egbuka might end up being a 3rd round pick by late August, and you can hold him in the 7th or the 8th round. That's a steal. That is a steal. Nice. Probably easy going BTJ. Brian Robinson. Bijan Robinson, we've been streaming too long. Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Josh Allen, the rainbow start. You're right. Nice WWE belt in the back. My grandpa's wrestler. That's awesome. Yeah, this is Cody Rhodes' belt. Shout out to my boy, Cody Rhodes. I'm not that big of a, I'm probably a bigger WWE guy than like the average fan, but I'm not like, I'm going to be honest, the WWE recently has not been very interesting to me. Thoughts on the potential McCaffrey regression injury concerns? I mean, my thoughts are I'm going to draft McCaffrey because he can win me my league, and if he gets hurt, whatever. I'm fine swallowing that pill. I play fantasy to win. McCaffrey can win you your league. So that's why I draft him. Like the 49ers, everyone's getting hurt. Like I'm telling you, this guy did like a blood sacrifice. He sacrificed a couple of goats to make sure that he doesn't get hurt, right? Like, he could easily regress. He got 1 million touches, but he's McCaffrey. My thoughts are, I don't care about that. Your boy Cody, you're my boy too. Yeah, it's been weird. My grandpa was Mr. Perfect, if it sounds familiar. I'm Googling it. Mr. Perfect. Oh my God. I do know who this is now that you say it. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm bad with names of certain people. Like I'm actually bad with names in general. Very bad with names. I can't remember anyone's name. All right. Tight ends. We're not going anyone because because Loveland's gone. We'll just go receiver. Let's go Carnell Tate. The GOAT Tugson might win the fantasy league and win a division. People forget. People forget, man. I remember the wrestler, Mr. Perfect. What the hell? That's badass. CMC plays on the Turf Monster in Week 13. Who are they playing Week 13? I assume the Turf Monster's the MetLife, but they're playing the Giants. You know what? Maybe McCaffrey can sit that week. Maybe he could sit that week. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I live in New Jersey. Like, I don't understand why they don't put grass in MetLife Stadium. Like, it doesn't make any sense. No one wants, like, to play on turf. And they took the turf out, put grass there so that they could play fake football, soccer on the field for the World Cup. It's fucking stupid. How would you rank JSN, Chase, Puka? I got it. Puka, Chase, JSN. I have them actually ranked Puka, Chase, Amon-Ra, JSN. So I have Amon-Ra ahead of JSN. Puka over Chase for me is strictly just I trust Stafford to stay healthy more than I trust Joe Burrow. That's really the only distinguishing factors there between the two. And I prefer Amon-Ra over JSN because Amon-Ra has just been consistently more consistent over his career compared to JSN, who just had one big year. And now he lost his offensive coordinator, who fully unlocked him to be the head coach of the Raiders. I'm not saying JSN's going to fail, but that's the reasoning why I have Amon-Ra ranked over him. Okay. The one hole goes Jahmyr Gibbs, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, Garrett Wilson, Terry. I mean, I don't like Garrett Wilson, but I respect it. Crazy that they're putting the turf back on after they already used grass in the World Cup. They showed that they could use grass, but they're choosing not to. Yeah, no, it's because at the end of the day, the owners care about making money. They don't give a fuck about the players, which makes no sense. Between the 49ers Stadium and MetLife, half the league is cooked. I mean, the Jets and the Giants play at MetLife, so it's even worse. Every time the Dolphins play the Jets, I'm just assuming someone's going down. I'm just assuming someone is getting whacked out. How far am I away from the Dalberton School is full of snobs? I'm not close to there, I would say. It's not within direct vicinity. Like, I can't walk there. It is in the same part of New Jersey, like it's in the north where I'm at, but not right next to me. This team would be fire. Early quarterback and tight end combos just poison. I agree with you. Do you listen to Dorm Debate? They're fantasy football expert type of people. I'll look that up. I've never heard of them, and I don't want to like be like, oh, I've never heard of these people. They suck because I have no idea, right? But I've never heard of them. I will look them up though. All right. The running backs here are just not so great. Could go Price. Get another running back and then not click running back again. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Jadarian Price here and then not worry about running back for a very long time. Yes, make sure you guys are in the Discord. The Discord is amazing. It's the greatest Discord, let me tell you. How is one from New Jersey a Finns fan? My dad and everyone I know that's in my family are Jets fans. As a kid, I saw Dolphins play the Jets, and I wanted to root against my dad, so I picked the Dolphins. I'm an asshole for that, but yes, I'm a Dolphins fan because of that. Okay, let me look up Dorm Debate. Because I might actually know who these people are without the Dorm Debate. I don't want to actually start playing their podcast. No, I've never seen them before, but because you recommended it, if they drop videos recently, they haven't dropped a video in a while. If this is the correct people, like if this is who I'm supposed to be looking at right here, they have not dropped a video in a while, but I will watch it if they drop another one. Just for you, they're pretty good. I've been top 3 for the last 7 years trying to win it all. Where do you think Who do you think will be the RB2 in San Fran? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Everyone keeps getting hurt that I have no idea who it's gonna be next week. I would think that it's gonna be Kalen Black, but like he's hurt. It's a disaster. I mean, I will give you a full answer when you actually have to draft. What's up, Nick? What's up, Roz? How you doing, man? Is Caleb the best quarterback if the top quarterbacks are gone? If the top quarterbacks are gone, I like all of like once you get past Jalen Hurts, I would say. I like Jalen Hurts, but I would consider him to be one of the more top quarterbacks. Once you get to Caleb, Herbert, Dak, Lawrence, Purdy, I like all of them. I guess gun to the head, I would prefer Herbert, but not by a wide margin. And like if you ask me 3 minutes from now, I might say Williams. That's a good take. Burrow's injury history is alarming. Stafford has been relatively durable throughout his career. Yeah, I mean, but I also do think Burrow more than likely probably will stay healthy, right? Like it's hard that the guy to get so unlucky like that, but yeah, it is the tiebreaker. Wanting to root against the Jets makes you a Jets fan. That's actually true. Are you too young for the Sperano, Ricky Williams Wildcat days? I mean, I guess technically too young to like fully remember what happened, but I was watching back then. Go Jets. Yeah, the guy who drops his picks is named John. He's pretty good. He should drop the ranking soon. Okay, I'll watch it. The 49ers GM will fit in at running back if needed. One of us, they're going to be tryouts. Did you guys see that? The Detroit Pistons held tryouts for the G League team today. And there was like this fat dude that was just fouling everyone. It was hilarious. And again, I only say fat dude because that's the easiest way to describe what this guy looked like so that you can envision what he looked like without seeing the video. But this big guy comes over there and he just fucking roughs up trying to get the ball. It's so funny. It was so funny. Obviously, he would destroy me in basketball because I'm way too little and he's way bigger than me. Jets Rodgers phase was so crazy if he didn't get hurt. That first game where he came out at MetLife, I have never seen such aura at MetLife Stadium in my life. That was so crazy and it lasted like 5 seconds. It'd be like if I got a chance with Sidney Sweeney, it would last 5 seconds, but it would be awesome for 5 seconds, you know. That's what it looked like with Rodgers, dude. He looked so sick. And the stadium looked awesome too. It was like a whiteout. It was so cool. AJ Brown, wide receiver 1. Possible. It's possible. Wouldn't say that's impossible. Kim Possible. You ever watched, you guys, I guess not everyone is my age, obviously, but Kim Possible was a banger show as a kid. Kim Possible. That's hilarious. All right. All right. I think my prediction was right. We're going to get out of here well before 11, which is good news. Will we be live tomorrow? I would trend towards yes, but I will never say 100% unless, like, every Sunday basically is going to be 100%. But tomorrow's more than likely yes. Okay. Let's go. We don't really need tight end here. I'd like to get more receivers, but at the same point, like, I think we can wait on receiver. Let's just go craft before the tight ends kind of scrunch up here. My text tone is the Kim Possible beep. That's hilarious. Ted Hurst's combine numbers are really similar to Calvin Johnson. He's the clear X receiver for touchdown. Yeah, he's the clear X receiver in, I almost said San Francisco, like he's Mike Evans. He's in the Mike Evans role in Tampa Bay. I think he's going to be one of those guys that, like, you never know when to start because they have Jalen McMillan, they have Igbuka, they have Godwin, but he's going to pop up randomly and have like 70 yards and a touchdown every couple of weeks. He's going to be like a guy that you want to play in DFS, but you would never know when to actually do it. What's the deal with 9-inch Nicholas Chubb? I think he's just done. He's too old at this point. He's not on a team. Will he play again? I mean, he was a beast back in the day, like, and then that knee injury screwed him. Anyone seen the movie The Comebacks? I'm gonna Google it because I have a poor memory, like I've said, about stuff. The Comebacks. I have never seen this. With David Koechner, Carl Weathers is in it. Is this a comedy movie? The worst coach in college football. Tom Brady directed it. Man, is this terrible? Like, or is it like so bad it's good? Is it actually good? I don't know. I've never heard of it. Are you doing a draft after this? No, sadly. No, I'm going to be getting off. I guess if I was on the West Coast, like if I wasn't in New Jersey, right, I'd be streaming way longer because it would be way easier to do that. And I find that I do get a lot of viewers if I start at 9, like way better than if I started at like 5 or 4 or something. Like some people stream during the day. I don't think it would be. I don't think the stream would pop off during the day. Ridiculous comedy, the comebacks is what it's called, right? Let me write it down on my phone. And I can't guarantee you that I'll watch it during the football season because I don't really watch movies during the football season because I just don't have as much time. But I will watch it. I have a lot of movies saved that you guys have recommended to me that I have to watch. Comebacks. All right. It has a 2.2 on Letterboxd. That doesn't mean it's going to be bad, though. Just like if the movie has a fucking like 4.7, sometimes I don't even like them. Did they ever say what happened to Mixon? I read that apparently Mixon shot himself, but again, that's like not guaranteed to be true, so that's only alleged. Only 7:30 here. Nah, bro. Late night, big softball, tilts post work. All right, let's go. Let's go. We need a receiver. Running backs here are fine, but we need more receivers. We need more of them. Let's go Michael Pittman. I've seen a lot of pro Michael Pittman talks. The counselor is hilarious. He's so full of it. I actually do think the counselor is so funny. I think a lot of people fall for the counselor, like thinking that's who he is. I think that's like the funniest thing is that a lot of people probably think that's actually who he is. And I think he's playing a character. I think he's playing a character. That was like when people took what I said in the Flock League video, my auditions, like as that's serious. Like when it's obviously meant to be a joke. Counselor's hella crazy takes. I have the counselor's phone number. I've talked to him on the phone before. You gave the Elvis movie 10 out of 10. I've watched the Elvis movie, I think 3 times, but I didn't watch it when I had Letterboxd, so I never graded it. The Elvis movie's like a 8 or like an 8 or 7 out of 10. I mean, it's not like my favorite movie ever, but I do like it. I do like it. I think it's just a little too long. Mixon says he might retire. I think he will retire. Sony Michel and Nick Chubb, I remember when they were drafted. The running back window is so small. I need Zeke back. Yeah, I mean, running backs that we thought were beast mode, like, guys are just done so quickly. Let's grade that on stream. If off the field stuff is fully cleared, where are you moving Josh Jacobs? I mean, I already have Josh Jacobs very high. He's an early third because, like, to me, am I really going to take Josh Jacobs ahead of A.J. Brown? No. Am I taking Josh Jacobs ahead of Rashee Rice? No. Am I taking above Neighbors? No. Am I taking above Collins? No. So, like, right here, the 3-1. You feel good about J.K. as your RB2? I mean, I would feel good, meaning, like, knowing, it, like, what I mean by what I'm about to say is, if you hammer running backs after you took Dobbins, right, and your receivers are loaded, maybe you have an elite quarterback or tight end, then you will feel very good about it. But you need to be hammering running backs after that so you have more upside too. Like, you can't, like, I don't think J.K. Dobbins just always gets hurt. And I like J.K. Dobbins, but that's just the truth. I do like him, though. He is a good RB2. It's a long, but man, I love that movie. Elvis is my top artist. Respect. My dad's favorite artist is Elvis. Bijan fell to pick 6 in my oldest league. I took JSN over him. That's crazy. I can't blame Bijan and Gibbs for one of the bags. I don't either. Elvis stole from a blues artist. I'm going to be honest. I think that is true, but I think a lot of Elvis songs are other people's songs, aren't they? How do we feel about K1? I like him with Kev calling the plays. Talking about Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray, but I'm going to be real with you. Like, if Kyler Murray got benched, would I be surprised? No. So, I think he's worth it in fantasy. He's worth the pick based on how late he goes. Okay, so we already have a tight end. We don't have a quarterback, but who really gives a shit? I mean, Dab God doesn't have a quarterback. Richard doesn't have a quarterback, but I don't even know if they'll take quarterbacks. And even if they do, we could still get Purdy. So let's go receiver here. We got 3 great running backs. We're just going to keep hitting the receiver button. We never take Golden. So maybe Golden, giving out some golden showers this year, he actually works out. I liked him a lot last year. I bought the hype. It didn't work at all. He was terrible. But again, Dobbs is gone. Watson, number 1. I think Golden could be the number 2 receiver on this team. Like and subscribe, join the Discord. Yes, sir. Please join the Discord. Please join the Discord. I want to get 500 people in Discord before the start of the season. We got over 300 right now. Yeah, what about it? Malik Willis, sneaky top 12 finish. Yes, but I think he's one of those sneaky top 12 finishes potentially where it's like he's the quarterback 1 scoring 35 points. Then he's the quarterback 27. Then he's the quarterback 15, quarterback 3, quarterback 30, quarterback 27, quarterback 5, right? Where you're like, he has these like amazing games and then he has these god awful games. Made 200 Discord accounts. Thank you. Bench for JJ. I got a better arm playing strong safety or shortstop, he means. He's got a stronger arm playing shortstop. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, look, I only think the reason why Kyler could get benched for JJ is like, let's be real. Like, I think deep down the team does still want JJ to succeed. I never understood why they drafted him there. I said it then. I'll say it now. I never really thought JJ McCarthy was good. I thought he was a product of Michigan being very good. He was a system quarterback. And I still think that. And I just thought maybe it would work in Kevin O'Connell's system, but it hasn't. Kevin O'Connell's a genius, and he can't even fix that. He cannot even fix that. All right, at my pick, I'm going to switch the clock to 30 seconds just so that we can skedaddle on out of here a little bit quicker. JJ is buns. I agree with you. JJ is done. I mean, I think so too, but look, would I be shocked if he got benched? No. I mean, if Kyler got benched, I would not be shocked. Kyler also low-key kind of injury prone. Low-key. Okay. Let's go QB here. You don't have any stacking partners, but that's fine. Let's go Caleb this time. Caleb's got the Madden curse, though. Jay Jettas wants K1. He's going to get K1. I mean, I agree with you. Okay, let's turn the clock to 30 seconds. Turn the clock down to 30 seconds. JJ averaged 150 passing yards per game in college. I know. What NFL pick did he go? I don't remember off the top of my head. JJ McCarthy, NFL draft pick. It was really high. I remember that, but pick 10. That's so fucking crazy, man. Pick 10. Didn't do jack shit. College. A lot of hype around Shaheed and Horton. Horton, here's a who. OC was talking about the speed. I mean, I get the hype on Shaheed because Shaheed actually had some pretty good games in New Orleans. I don't know how much you guys remember. I don't remember what year it was. If it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but there was a year where like Shaheed was outplaying Chris Olave. Legitimately outplaying him. Now it's because the quarterback play sucked ass in New Orleans before Shuck was there. Like, I used to love Derek Carr. I would go to battle for Derek Carr. Like, Derek Carr should have won MVP that one season where he got hurt. He was my fantasy quarterback. He hurt his leg on that football field. If you remember, on the baseball field. They used to play on a baseball field, the Oakland A's stadium. Disgusting injury. I thought he was going to win MVP that year. But ever since then, he was just dog shit. And then people are like, Derek Carr always is like, oh, maybe I'll come back. No one wants you, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you, no one wants you. But yeah, Shaheed's legit. He just, when he got traded to Seattle last year, they just put him as like a utility player, special teams player. Like, it was so stupid. They should have used him more in the offense. But they won the Super Bowl, so I guess, what do I know, right? I can't wait to draft Drake May. Go ahead. I just don't like Drake May this year. I worry that with a harder schedule, taking him well ahead of Jalen Hurts, well ahead of Jaden Daniels is crazy. Derek Carr over J.J. McCarthy. I mean, Derek Carr might be better than J.J. McCarthy, actually. I might be better than J.J. McCarthy, you know? All right, how many subscribers do we have right now? I know we were approaching maybe hitting 46,500, and we did. So we can change the banner at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to turn it off for now. 46,500 subscribers. The goal is to hit 50K before the start of the season, and I'm thinking that's going to happen. Not liking Drake May is like not liking to breathe. I mean, I like Drake May both his rookie year and last year, so you can't really call me a Drake May hater. All right, we're back up on the clock here. We need another running back at some point. Dak's still coming back, so we should have waited on quarterback. Let's go Keaton Mitchell again. I love Keaton Mitchell. JJ or Zach Wilson? Gun to that, I'm going JJ. I wouldn't take May early, but I hope he falls to me. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on your league, right? Like if you got Drake May, for instance, where, Jaden Daniels and Hurts were going, like I'm not going to judge you. AJ Brown with Drake Sheets. I mean, yeah, AJ Brown's a great addition for him. I'm not going to sit here and act like I think Drake May is going to be trash. All I'm saying is when you take Drake May in the 5th round as the quarterback 2 or 3, if he's not a top 3 quarterback, he's a disappointment. He is a gigantic disappointment. And that scares me where he's being taken. If he was being taken in the same range as Dak and stuff, then I'm all aboard the choo-choo train. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Cousins came back to Minnesota instead of the Raiders. Kirk Cousins still has juice. He does. But Kirk Cousins is going to be scapegoated this season like you've never seen before. If they start off like 1-4, which I think is very possible, he's going to get benched for Mendoza no matter how good he's playing. Kirk Cousins should be a starter in the NFL. Why the fuck is Geno Smith starting in the NFL? Why? Why is Jacoby Brissett starting in the NFL? Right? Try to think of some starters. Like, why the fuck are these guys starting instead of Kirk Cousins? It just doesn't make sense. Like literally, Kirk Cousins is better than Bryce Young. Kirk Cousins is definitely better than any of the Browns guys. He's better than the Arizona quarterbacks. He should be starting, but he's not. Hot take, Jackson Dart will outscore Drake May. That's a hot take. It's fair, though. I just know my league starts drafting quarterbacks in rounds 2 and 3, and if I wait to round 5, I'll end up with J.J. McCarthy. I always wait on quarterback. Always, always. Don't fall for the quarterback run. The only time you can actually fall for the quarterback run and it work is if you're like right here where we're at, and people are going to start taking quarterback 2s, you don't have a quarterback 1, you got to take one. You got to take one. Okay. We're going to go one more running back, one more receiver here to close things out. Antonio Williams his value is gone. Is Diggs still available? I don't think so. No, let's go Denzel Boston. Just go for an upside shot in Chicago. Not in Chicago, on the Browns is what I meant to say, Cleveland. Imagine, oh no, I already read that. You like that? I do like that. I had to take Josh Allen in round 3 last year because the quarterbacks start going. He's going to go round 3 again. I took Mendoza over Tate at the 102 in Dynasty. Good move. Is it a super flex league or not a super flex league? If it's a super flex league, good move. If it's not, a lot more suspect. Are you doing a second draft? Sadly, no, because it's getting late. And again, if I lived on the West Coast or if I lived in the middle of the country too, I would be able to keep streaming much later, but it's about to be 11 o'clock and I would like to go to bed. I don't want to be up super late. Even though it is fun to do these drafts with you guys. I do enjoy doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming every day if I just thought this was a chore, If I thought this was a chore, I wouldn't be doing it. Just move then. Nah, I can't leave New Jersey. I like New Jersey too much. If I was to move, I would move to Texas or Florida where shit's way cheaper than in New Jersey. Super flex, yeah, makes sense. I'm taking over a trash team. Who's your favorite late upside pick? What position? Antonio Brown going. That's a steal. And Drew Brees. Why are they even still on here? That's the craziest thing. I like Keaton Mitchell a lot. I like Romeo Dobbs. I like Shaheed. I like Jordan Mason. I like Zachariah Branch. I like Woody Marks. I love Brock Purdy. Those are my favorite late round guys. I gotta make a sleeper video. Drew Brees. Yeah, I can't. I wonder who's still in here that we could take. Could you take Derek Carr? I'm not gonna do it, obviously. Derek Carr is still in here. You go with the GOAT, Derek Carr. Okay. One more running bike for this squad. And let's go Jaden Blue. Where is Golden going? Not out on him yet. I took Golden this draft, didn't I? Round 9. He goes round 9 or 10, typically. Just because once you get the last 3 to 4 rounds, you're just taking gambles. I agree. Could Omar Cooper be a target hog in the slot? Maybe, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard more hype about a Donnie Mitchell than him. When is your main draft? My main super flex draft is August 22nd. I will always say The best time to draft is as close to the season as possible. The best time to draft is after the season because then you know who got hurt, right? But the best time to draft is as close as possible to the season. But we get all my friends together. I record the draft. It's going to be a video. It was a video last year too, August 22nd. How is Drew Brees there? Can you get Roger Staubach? No, you can only get guys that like retired recently, like Brady. Gronk is probably on there. Cam Newton is still there. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to recap everyone's team here. Jahmyr Gibbs at 1 from Gonzo. Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin, Joe Burrow, RJ Harvey, Jacoby Myers, Jordan Mason, Khalil Shakir, Jake Ferguson, Zachariah Branch, AJ Barner. I don't necessarily love going 2 tight ends, but I get why people do it. I loved his start outside of Garrett Wilson. This is a very smart draft because, again, they took 2 RBs early, so they only took 2 late. They got a bunch of shots at wide receiver. If they just took 1 tight end, it would be better. But, again, this is by far an above average team, right? You would be very competent drafting from that, how they drafted. Bijan from Palizzi. Bijan, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers, Josh Allen, the rainbow start, followed by Wiki DJ Moore, Jalen Warren, Parker Washington, JCM, Debo, B-Rob, Travis Hunter, Bigsby, Lane. This is a team that I am not on paper going to like because I don't like when my wide receiver, 2 is DJ Moore, my wide receiver, or my RB2 is Jalen Warren. But again, if Josh Allen is who Josh Allen is, and he's the quarterback 1, and Brock Bowers is averaging like 18 points per game, none of what I think matters, and this team could win the league easily. Tell your friends goes Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Josh Jacobs, Baishal Tootin, Dave Montgomery, Sam Laporta, DK Metcalf, Josh Downs, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet, Alvin Kamara, Antonio Brown, and Drew Brees obviously not taking the last 2 picks seriously. Had they have drafted 2 more real receivers, that is a very good start. But hopping on 2 dead zone running backs, quite risky, but I respect it. Dab wins. He got the GOAT in the final round. Nothing beats Sunday morning golf and then going to the clubhouse at 1 p.m. kickoff. I wish I could do anything on Sunday besides watch. I mean, obviously I love watching football, but the second I wake up, I am locked into all this shit, reading everything so that I can stream, adjusting everything. So I don't do anything on Sunday except for watch football and stream, which I love doing. So actually I shouldn't have worded it that way, but it would be cool one day to, go golfing or something before. And even though I suck dick at golfing, draft Edelnut. Lol, Dab copied the 0.3 guy with the last pick. All right, Puka, Trey McBride, Bucky Irving, Jaylen Waddle, Drake May, Rico Dowdle, Alec Pierce, Chuba Hubbard, Harold Fannin, great steal in the 9th round, Xavier Worthy, Algier Stafford, Pacheco. When you draft Drake May, you don't have to draft a backup quarterback. When you draft McBride, you don't have to draft a backup tight end. That is my take on this team. So I don't really like it. But again, if you replace Stafford with another receiver, you replace Fannin with a different running back or receiver or something, I'd like the team way more. McCaffrey, Rice, Love, Adams, Evans, Sutton, Jaden Stormy Daniels, George Kittle, Gainwell, Concepcion, Andrews, Marks, Dell. I get why you took 2 tight ends because of Kittle. I'm fine with Jeremiah Love in the middle of the 3rd. I still don't love him, but I do like this team. I am scared shitless, though, the fact that Mike Evans and Sutton are going to be starting every week for you. The Don at 6 goes Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, Chris Olave, Scattaboo, DeAndre Swift, J-Mo, Jalen Hurts, Stephon Diggs, going in the 8th. Interesting. I wonder where his ADP settles. Jonathan Brooks in the 9th. Amazing pick. Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, Boutte, and Henry, 2 guys on the Patriots back-to-back picks. Love how you started things here, the first 4 rounds. I don't love Swift, but I get why you picked Swift. He's a safety net. I don't like J-Mo, but overall, this draft is very good. This is like a B+. JSN, Kenneth Walker from Mali, followed by George Pickens, Devontae Smith, Quinshon Judkins, Jordan Tyson, Ramondre Stevenson, Blake Corum, Justin Herbert the Pervert, Jalen Coker, Dalton Kincaid, Isaiah Likely, and Stribling. I would have taken another running back because you went receiver heavy early. You went hero RB, but I do like it. I went JT, Genty, Higgins, Igbuka, Tate, Price, Kraft. I mean, I knocked it out of the park through the first 7 picks. Then I went Pittman, Golden, Williams, Mitchell, Boston, and Blue. I love this team, but I love every team that I draft, so I'm obviously biased. CeeDee Lamb, Devon Achane, Travis Etienne, Ladd McConkey, Tyler Warren, Travion Henderson, Makai Lemon from Shadow, Jackson Dart, Jaden Riley Reed, Omarin Gadsden, I don't know why I was calling him Omer Gadsden. It's Oron Gadsden. Mahomes, Tracy, Cooper. Don't have to draft a backup tight end. Don't have to draft a backup quarterback. Other than that, though, the draft was very good. James Cook, Drake London, Tedero McMillan, Brees Hall, Roma Dunze, Lamar Jackson, Chris Godwin, Kyle Monangai, Kyle Pitts, Jordan Addison, Tajay Spears, Jalen McMillan, and Johnson. I don't know why I just like fucking froze mentally there. I don't love Brees, but in the 4th round, it's fair value. I love Lamar in the 6th. It's a very good team. Dab God goes Barkley, Jefferson, Javante. Amazing start. Loveland, amazing start. Watson. I mean, this is just Marvin Harrison Jr., J.K. Dobbs, Quentin Johnson, Jaden Higgins, Trevor, Shaheed, Chris Rodriguez, and AP. His AP is going psycho. Be careful around AP. Don't pick up a stick. I love that team. And then Richard went Hampton, Chase Brown, Luther Burden, Zay Flowers, bdge, Michael Wilson, Tony Pollard, Wandale, Goddard, Dobbs, Dickie Dak Prescott, Coleman, Naylor. I love Richard's team as well. What's up with Herbert nickname? Did I miss something? He's not actually a pervert. It's just Herbert. The pervert's a character from Family Guy. And that's been Justin's nickname for years on the channels. Thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. I'm greatly appreciative of all of you guys that stayed throughout today's stream and hung out with me, whether you've been here from the beginning or you just tuned in. I'm greatly appreciative of you. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. Before we get out of here, leave a like on today's stream and help me out a ton. If you guys are new to Underdog, sign up with promo code Notorious. You play $5, you get $50 in bonus entries, as well as you get a free draft guide sent to your email if you're a new customer. You also will get the Gimme Pick, again, promo code Notorious, or by clicking the link in the video description. If you want my rankings, they're on Patreon. If you're already on Underdog, go on Patreon. $12.50 a month. You can only get them for 1 month if you want, and then cancel it if you would like. Calling it a night, yes, sir. It's almost 11. Later, Nick. Great stream. Thank you. Dang, I came too late. It's okay. When are you going to be back? What are the odds for tomorrow? The odds for tomorrow, I'm going 75% chance for streaming tomorrow. Join the Discord. Make sure you guys are on the Discord. I do type in the Discord probably like 30 minutes before every stream and say I'm streaming. Till next time. Peace, Nick. See ya. Herbert was sitting on the field with Madison Beer not practicing. Herbert was sitting on the field looking like fucking Anakin Skywalker and Padme, if you guys have ever seen that movie. Anakin Skywalker, Padme. This is how sitting down. This is how they were sitting. I'm going to show it on the screen. Boom. Share screen. This is what they were looking like. This is what Madison Beer and Justin Herbert were doing. This is what they were doing. That's what they were doing on the field. Let's see. Herbert, Madison Beer on field. Oh, dang, the picture. Oh, yeah, right here. Look. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm greatly appreciative of you guys watching. Good night. Good night. Good boy. Any 10-mans? We will do. We did a 10-man mock draft today, video. And yesterday we did on stream. We'll probably do another one on stream eventually. Play Thames the Sense out again. I can't play any audio. See you guys later. Notorious, you're the man. I've been trying to get into your lives, LOL. I appreciate it. We'll be live tomorrow, probably. 75% chance. Sleep well, man. Thank you. Star Wars 3 is top tier. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. It's my second favorite movie of all time. I love you guys all so much. Hit that like button on the way out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Definitely with a video tomorrow. Most likely with a stream. Love you guys so much. See you guys soon. We're going to play some music on the way out. Love you guys. Peace.